Get up, you son of a bitch!
Cause Ponch Drunk loves ya.
Yeah, baby, you already know this is Ponch Drunk Boxing, aka Mr. Moonshine himself, aka El Adobo, aka El Sazón, aka El Borracho, aka Café Bustelo, aka El Pastor de Boxeo. Ladies and gentlemen, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are this side of heaven. God bless you all. Man, a lot of drama in the sport of boxing. Even though it is fight week, Keyshawn Davis back in the ring. You already know the Silver USA Olympian versus Edgar de los Santos, El Dominicano, El Platanero, El Manguco, Los Tres Golpe. It's going to be a good fight. Going to be a good fight. There's a statement needs to be made. As we all know, Edgar de los Santos, one of the highlights of his career, it was beating, what's his name? Coño, Rayo. But also one of the I think he got the record for less punches landed, especially during the copy box era and stuff like that, versus Shakur Stevenson. But a lot of people have criticized Shakur Stevenson for that Edgar de los Santos fight. And of course, man, in the lightweight division, Keyshawn Davis is friends with Shakur Stevenson, and I think he's going to try to outperform Shakur Stevenson. I mean, in the lightweight division, we've been talking a lot about Shakur Stevenson, the potential fight with him and Gervonta Tank Davis. As we also know, August 16th, we got Gervonta Tank Davis versus Lamar Roach. You know what I'm saying? And I think that Keyshawn Davis' performances has overwhelmed the public, and I think that a lot of people would rather see Keyshawn Davis versus Tank Davis. If Tank Davis does beat Lamar Roach, we can't push Lamar Roach to the side. That's what a lot of people did in their first outing, and a lot of people got surprised by Lamar Roach performance versus Gervonta Tank Davis, of which I believe that Gervonta Tank Davis did lose that fight, should have been disqualified. The New York State Athletic Commission should have looked back at the tape like they did and make the right decision. But of course, you already know that boxing is highly political and corrupted, and it's the reason we're gonna see that fight again. But anyway, let me say what's up to the people. So what's up to the people? What's up to the people? The members. Low Nose Boxing in the building. What's good, Low Nose Boxing? Low Nose Boxing in the building. What's good, man? What's good, Low? We got Wrong in the building. Wrong in the building. Let's go. Savage in the building. Jackie, la reina de boxeo. Jackie Hernandez in the building. Oh, man, yeah, man. HLD, Boricua. Qué bonita bandera, qué bonita bandera. La bandera puertorriqueña. Ahí. Shine in the building, Sam in the building. What's good, man? Yo. Oh, yeah. A lot of people coming to Punch Drunk Boxing. Yo, Punch, what you gonna have to say, yo? Yo, boy, Gio, yo, what happened, Punch? You gotta keep it real, Punch. Yo, is he ducking, yo? He's avoiding, Punch. You gotta keep it real. I'm not like one of these boxing content creators that don't want to keep it real because I'm affiliated with certain fighters and I'm a fan and support certain fighters. You think I don't keep it real? You don't think I keep it unbiased, logically, and objectively? Ladies and gentlemen, that's the hardest thing to do in this community is to keep it unbiased, logically, and objectively because other channels don't want to compromise their subscribers or their followers or how they build their channel off of a fighter and things of that nature. Nah, man, over here, Punch Drunk Boxing, I keep it real. I keep it honest. I keep it unbiased, logically, and objectively. You feel me? If I can't keep it real, then I don't want to be around nobody I can't keep it real with. You know what I'm saying? That goes to family members, friends, associates. If I can't keep it real with you and I got love for you, then you know what? I'm not where I'm supposed to be. You feel me? Do I want to see the fight with Teofimo Lopez versus Devin the Dream Haney? Yes, sir. Do I want to see a fight with Teofimo Lopez versus Devin the Dream Haney? Yes. Why? Because I want to see the fight. It's a fight that I've been talking about for quite some time. It's a fight that I've been promoting. It's a fight that I've been pushing. I've gotten Teofimo Lopez Sr., Bill Haney on the same platform numerous of times trying to get this fight. Trying to push this fight while the boxing world and this community was trying to push this Gervonta, this Wilder versus Fury and stuff like that. Man, I was doing the work. I was putting in the work for this fight. But guess what? Years and years and years, you know, this person fought Devin Haney fought this person, Teo fought this person, and stuff like that. It never came through fruition. There's been parts where Devin Haney and Bill Haney was supposed to have a meeting with Bob years ago. And I know it's irrelevant right now, but I'm gonna catch up to it. That's why we live. So I could clarify everything, so we could put everything on the table. Let's not forget that there was times when Devin Haney didn't want no part of Teofimo Lopez. Oh yeah, there was a lot of this, but there wasn't a lot of this like it is right now. It was a lot of this, like, yo, they've been talking about, they've been ducking for a long time. You tell me back in 2019, 2020, 2021, 2022, when there was a contract on the table, a term sheets on the table for Teofimo Lopez or Devin Haney to sign. All this, ladies and gentlemen, let's. All right. I understand, I'm a boxing content creator, host of my own channel, building from scratch, no co-signers. Thanks for the supporters and things of that nature as well. Shout out to the members, shout out to the donators. You feel me? And there's other channels out there that they build their channel the way they build it. There's a lot of things in the surface, and then there's a lot of things behind the scenes that, to be honest, you're only going to know 50% of what's going on in the sport of boxing. If you're not really, really close to this particular fighter, or this particular promoter, this particular manager, accountant, attorney in the sport of boxing, you ain't going to know what's really, really going on. You've seen both sides of the story. You've seen Teofimo Lopez say some things. You've seen Bill Haney and Devin Haney say some things. How much Devin Haney is getting paid? You haven't said it. You don't know, right? When's the last time we heard Turkey Al Sheikh speak about Devin Haney versus Teofimo Lopez? Anybody? Anybody? Anybody in the chat? Has Turkey Al Sheikh came out publicly and talk about Devin Haney versus Teofimo Lopez like he did Bud Crawford versus Canelo Alvarez? Like he did Chris Eubank Jr. versus Conor Benn? Like he did Usyk versus Tyson Fury? Like he did Bivol versus Beterbiev? Has Turkey Al Sheikh, a.k.a. Aladdin, a.k.a. a.k.a. the ATM of boxing, a.k.a. the Banco Popular, the Chase, the Wells Fargo, the Bank of America, has Turkey Al Sheikh have spoken about this fight publicly? Yes or no? Because let me tell you like this, ladies and gentlemen, Turkey Al Sheikh is one of the most outspoken personalities in the sport of boxing. He'll tell you what he wants. He pays for what he wants. When Bivol was about to go to PBC and deal with David Benavidez, did Turkey Al Sheikh came out publicly and spoke against it? Does Turkey Al Sheikh go back and forth with Jake Paul? Does Turkey Al Sheikh say, you know what, I don't want Canelo Alvarez to fight Jake Paul, I want to fight Bud Crawford? Is he outspoken about Bud Crawford? Is he outspoken about all the fights that he's been wanting? The Usyk, the Tyson Furies, the AJs, the Wilder. Is he outspoken? How many interviews have you heard Turkey Al Sheikh says, I want Teo versus Devin the Dream Haney? Now, the facts is there's an offer on the table. The facts is that both guys have agreed. The fact is that Teofimo Lopez has pulled out from the fight with Devin the Dream Haney that's supposed to take place August 16th. I still think that there is an opportunity for that fight to come through fruition still with the same deal, with the same agreements. I know that for a fact. This ain't a story. I'm not getting it from Dan Raphael, Boxing Scene, Ring Magazine. I know this for a fact. From both parties, from all parties, that Teofimo Lopez has agreed to the terms of fighting Devin Haney for X amount of dollars this date. And then in the 11th hour, pulled out. Just like when you were about to come with some chick, baby, you wanna go? Baby, I wanna have a baby with you, baby. I wanna have a baby with you. Yeah, I wanna have a baby with you. You really wanna have to? You serious? You know I'm not in my birth control and shit like that. So we adults, and then you thinking like this, like, oh, I wanna go. Hell no, I don't want her. She look good, but I don't want to have a kid with. You're mind fucking yourself, right? You're mind up in yourself. Y'all know what I'm talking about, fellas. Some of y'all wish I would have pulled out a long time ago. You know, you got a kid and you're taking the child support and stuff like that. You wish, man, I should have pulled out of this bitch. Because you're thinking, you're like, damn, man, she look good, but she already got 2 baby daddies and stuff like that. She got 2 baby daddies on child support. Shit. Right? You thinking about the consequences. Oh, yeah, it's good. Oh shit. But it's good, but there's some consequences to it. What are the consequences of Teofimo Lopez fighting Devin Haney? Because the consequences, he ain't gonna get a nosebleed. Right? Come on now. I don't care if you're a Teofimo Lopez hater, supporter, you are a fan of Devin Haney, you are a fan of Bill Haney. You know and I know that there ain't no danger fighting Devin Haney. Am I right or wrong? Come on. Come on now, because I'm hearing fake people. Look. Over here, we're gonna keep it unbiased, logically, and objectively. We're not here to spin. We're not here to create a narrative. We're not here to debunk nobody. We're here to keep it real. This is Punch Drunk Boxing. This is where you come and we break it down unbiased, logically, and objectively. Do we give the benefit of the doubt to certain fighters? Yes. Who do we give the benefit of the doubt to? The guys that has put in the work. The guys that truly has put in the work and dare to be great. We give the benefit of the doubt to Alexander Usyk. We give the benefit of the doubt to the 4th division world champion, 2 division undisputed. Alexander Usyk, 2 division undisputed. Teofimo Lopez, 2 division lineal champion, should have been regarded the first man to ever have a 2 division undisputed. Should have been recognized if it wasn't for the politics of the sport of boxing. You know it and I know it, damn it. Do we give the benefit of the doubt to Katie Taylor? Do we give the benefit of the doubt to the 7th division world champion, super featherweight undisputed Amanda Serrano? Do we give the benefit of the doubt? We get to Canelo Alvarez, the 4th division world champion, to undisputed. Terrence Crawford, the 4th division world champion, 2 division undisputed. We give the benefit of the doubt. Is it biased? No, but we give the benefit of the doubt to those who has pushed the envelopes, dare to be great, has done something great, has been on the pound for pound list. Devin Haney has good accomplishment as well. Josh Taylor has good accomplishment as well. Lomachenko has good accomplishment as well. We give those the benefit of the doubt. Bam Rodriguez, Daniel Dubois, we give those the benefit of the doubt. If somebody's against these type of fighters, I give the benefit of the doubt. Now, when it comes to Devin Haney, I know a lot of people in this community understand, like, damn, Punch, you'll be critiquing Devin Haney. I'm going to be real. I'm going to be honest. Devin Haney is not my cup of tea of entertainment. But I keep it real. Devin Haney and Bill Haney has done a wonderful job in the sport of boxing and putting themselves in position to get the bag, putting themselves in position to accomplish great things. That's just not my cup of tea. That doesn't mean that Devin Haney is a bad person. No. He's just not my cup of tea, right? He's not entertaining to me. You know what I'm saying? I'm actually more invested in watching Bill Haney's interviews than watching Devin Haney's last fight. I'll be real. That's just me. You know what I'm saying? I think that for me, DHP is Bill Haney. Bill Haney is the star of DHP, and Devin Haney is the co-star. I think if it wasn't for Bill Haney, Devin Haney at this point would actually be irrelevant. I'm gonna be honest. If it wasn't for Bill Haney being out there in all these channels, all these platforms, and the culture platform, the hip-hop platforms, to be honest, Devin Haney would not be even close to where he's at. He wouldn't even be talked about right now like this. So thanks to Bill Haney. Bill Haney is the funny one, the clever one, the entertaining one, the one that makes me laugh. To be honest, I'm more entertained by Bill Haney than Devin the Dream Haney, but that's on me. But they come in a pack. I understand, father and son. Iman Colosito Peso, the Super Chani Parike. Punch. Tio is doing a smart move, but also they made Rob over there in Muslim. What's good? My thoughts with the $5 super chat says the consequences is taking a loss to Haney, which hurts his status, ranking, and future paydays. Okay. All right. We're going to break it down. Good looking out, man. Appreciate you with the $5 super chat. What's good? Rap Star Boxing Out is the voice of the UK, London, bruv. Shout out to my brother, Rap Star Boxing Knowledge. If y'all up on midnight, New York time, y'all know y'all got to check out my brother, Rap Star Boxing Knowledge. He goes live. He got the best live shows in the AM. Go check him out from the UK. Y'all working the graveyard shift on the East Coast. Y'all already know, man. Go see my brother Rapstar Boxing Knowledge. Got the hottest live shows in the nighttime on the East Coast. If you up at 3 o'clock, 2 o'clock, 1:30 in the morning, you already know where to go. Now, okay. Shout out to Blue Blood Sports TV as well. Shout out to my brother Blue Blood Sports TV. We were supposed to have a debate today, but time, family and stuff like that. I believe we rescheduled for tomorrow. So 7:30 p.m. Eastern time. Me and Blue Blood Sports TV. We're gonna have a good, friendly, heated, challenging debate on these matters. Shout out to Blue Blood Sports TV, man. One of the great dudes in this boxing stuff, man. Hard working and stuff like that. We don't have to agree with one another. Nobody agrees with everybody all the time, but this is a good debate. But shout out to Blue Blood Sports TV. Can't wait for tomorrow. Fight Fury Films in the building. Dímelo, Pawn Strong Boxing. Con los 20 pesos a comprar comida china para la familia. Dímelo, Punch. You should have reminded Bill Haney that Reha season was held in the United States before in the past. We go, yo, Fight Fury Films. See, the thing, I got to hold things back for a couple of debates. I got to hold things back. We did have in August Bud Crawford versus Mazrimov. I know, Fight Fury Films. I know. See, okay, let's get down and dirty. Looking out Fight Fury Films. I know a lot of people may not agree. A lot of people, Tio's dunking. Tio's avoiding. That's it. Ladies and gentlemen, let me say it like this. Sometimes we got to understand that YouTube boxing is not everything. I think that people think that when we do these things collectively, and we got numbers, we got 117 people, smash that like button. We got people looking on. We have your favorite boxing content creators. We push fights. We shame certain fighters to fight this fight. We praise this certain fighters. Let me tell you something about this. The business of boxing don't give a damn what Punch on Boxing and everybody else say. They don't give a damn. We do not dictate nothing for years. It sound good. We want to believe that we have some type of power as of boxing content creators. No, we don't. For how many years that we wanted to see AJ versus Deontay Wilder? Did we get the fight? For how many years when we was talking about Keith Thurman and Earl Spence? Did we get the fight? Before that, there was people who was talking about Triple G versus Andre Ward. Did we get the fight? For how many years we've been talking about David Benavidez versus Canelo Alvarez? Did we get the fight? Oh, yo, this person is ducking. Yo, this person is pussy. Yo, this person is fearful. This person is this person is that, blah, 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 blah. We ain't never going to get the fight that we want at the time frame that we want. Never. How many times we've been talking about, yo, Gervonta Tank Davis got to face Shakur. Gervonta Tank Davis got to face Tio. Gervonta Tank Davis got to face Haney. When had Gervonta Tank Davis has stepped up outside of the Ryan Garcia fight and fight one of these fighters? All the shame game, all the blame game, all these videos and lives that we all do. Nah. Boxing Latino TV. Con los 10 pesos. A comprar pizza con Coca-Cola y pepperoni. Looking out said Punch. So Tio is an official duck. I'm going to explain. Let me say it. I'm going to say it right here. If Tio do not fight Devin the Dream Haney, he agreed to the deal. He said yes to the deal. If he does not want to fight Devin Haney, he pulls out. It's a duck. Yes. The same way I said that Boots Ennis ducked Teofimo Lopez. I said, Puss in Boots. He ducked Teofimo Lopez. Jerome Boots Ennis, one of my favorite fighters, is a duck. If you got everything, I always say that business decisions speak louder than words. When it's paperwork, and I've battled and I've debated this with Bill Haney before. I used to say, yo, is there paperwork? Is there paperwork? I called Devin Haney a duck because there was actual paperwork. Top Rank gave Devin Haney an offer to fight Teofimo Lopez. They declined. Bill Haney went to boxing. What was the channel again? Boxing A6 TV. And he said he declined the offer because he didn't want to do business with Top Rank. So see, Bill Haney and Devin Haney had their terms. It's not about not fighting Teofimo Lopez. It's because I didn't want to fight Teofimo Lopez with the offer from Top Rank. I don't want to deal with Top Rank. That's what Bill Haney said. So guess what? Devin Haney ducked Teofimo Lopez. Now, in this time around, Devin Haney and Teofimo Lopez got another offer from Turkey Al Sheikh. Teofimo Lopez agreed. He pulled out. Is it a duck? Yes, it is. Yes, it is. That's it. That's it. We got to keep it real. Hey, yo, it's Canelo Alvarez. There haven't been a paperwork with Canelo Alvarez and David Benavidez like that. But we understand in interviews and certain interviews when we listen to David Benavidez and to Canelo Alvarez, he wants no part of Canelo Alvarez. He wants no part of David Benavidez. It's Canelo Alvarez, one of my favorite fighters, right? Ducking David Benavidez. Yes, he's ducking David Benavidez. Let's be real. Let's be honest. And there was an offer. There was a $50 million offer guaranteed. We ain't talking about the pay-per-view back end bond. We're talking about $50 million guaranteed to face David Benavidez. I've spoken to PBC representative. I did an interview with Steven Espinoza that the $50 million, you could go see my channel and the interview. They offered the, Canelo Alvarez and he declined the $50 million. And then he signed a 3-fight deal with PBC. But in all actuality, he ducked David Benavidez. So I called Canelo Alvarez, one of my favorite fighters that everybody knows in this community. I called him a duck. And do I think that these fighters are scared of one another? No, because at the end of the day, this is what you two may not understand. We just like to scream duck and avoid it. We could play all that game all we want. They don't care. The fighters don't care. The managers don't care. The promoters don't care. They don't care about our outcry. This is just for us. So I just want you to understand that this is everything that we argue, debate. This is a surface thing. This is just for YouTube. They don't listen. Turkey ain't listening to us, bro. Because, to be honest, ain't nobody asked for Canelo Alvarez and Bud Crawford, right? You think that Turkey gives a damn if a bunch of people say, no, Turkey, we don't want Canelo and Bud. We want Canelo and David Benavidez. Put all that money you got in there and pump it in their ass and give us that fight. No, they want. This is what I want. I want Canelo Alvarez to go out there and fight William Scott, bring that belt back, and then I want Canelo Alvarez to face Bud Crawford. I don't give a fuck what you think. I don't give a fuck. You don't have my money. This is my money. This is my fantasy, and this is what I want. You didn't ask for Turkey out. You didn't ask for Francis Ngannou to face Tyson Fury. E-Man says, yo, all channels be on some fake stuff with Teo. Yeah, there's a lot. You know why, though? Because there's people because as humans, you're going to cater to who is cool with you. Let's be honest. If Teofimo Lopez was going to all these channels on a regular basis, guess what? Those channels will probably cater to Teo. So when it's a human thing, it's a damn Bill Haney showing you love. I'm gonna cater to Bill Haney. Matter of fact, I'm cool with Bill Haney. You know what? Damn, I actually like Devin Haney. I know in this community. I've been in this community very, very long. I've been in this community long enough to know who's who. And I know, and I'm gonna keep on saying it, and everybody in the chat knows it. There is no such thing as a Devin Haney fan. There's such thing as a Bill Haney fan. People like Bill Haney. People are amused by Bill Haney. Everybody around Devin Haney is Bill Haney's people. Bill Haney is integrated in this community. And that's how you start to like, well, I like Devin. Well, I like Devin. Al Lion in the building. What's good, brother? One of the members. Am I lying? I'm not lying. Because ain't nobody in the community. Ain't nobody with a boxing mind could tell me, you know what? I'm excited to watch Devin Haney fight. Nobody. I never ran up to a person. It was only one person. I say it all the time. Only one person that was a Devin Haney fan. That was H Money. He was going every channel in the past. The Boxing Voice, my channel, every channel. He used to bother everybody. Haney, and everybody was telling him to shut the fuck up. There was only one fan of Devin Haney. But when Bill started to infiltrate his way into all these channels, guess what? I like Dev. Yo, Bill. Yeah, Bill. You know, Devin. Yeah, Devin is good. Devin is good. Fuck out of here. Give me 1 second, y'all. Give me 1 second. Give me 1 second. Give me 1 second. Give me 1 Showing up. Hey, punch. Sports TV was IBFP flip-flopping about your conversation about Boots ducking Tio, and some hater convinced him to think it wasn't a duck. Also bring back that Lubin hip-hop intro. Good looking out, man. Look, I'm gonna tell you, like, I keep it unbiased, logically, and objectively. I keep it unbiased. Yo, I say it how it is. Do you think that ain't nobody scared? First and foremost, ain't nobody scared of Devin Haney. Devin Haney Devin Haney is not the fighter to be scared. Nobody is fearful of Devin Haney. But I'm gonna break it down. But if you avoid a fight, you avoid a fight. You duck the fight. It's all right. Do you really think I think that Boots Ennis is afraid of Teofimo Lopez? Hell no. But he ducked the fight. Do you think that Boots Ennis is afraid of Virgil Ortiz? No, but he ducked the fight. Do I think that Keith Thurman or Bud Crawford? Do you think Bud Crawford was scared of Keith Thurman when he received an offer from PBC, in which Bob Arum did clarify that they did receive something from PBC for Keith Thurman to fight Bud Crawford? Do you think that Bud Crawford was scared of Keith Thurman? No. When Bud Crawford pulled out of the fight to fight Earl Spence, to fight Dave Avanesian, y'all remember? Do you think that Bud Crawford was scared of Earl Spence? No, these fighters ain't scared of one another. They are businessmen, and that's the part that we just can't get a grips of. See, this is the thing is, us as boxing fans, we hate when fighters talk business. We want fighters to fight. We want fighters to not have a brain. We don't want fighters moving like businessmen. That's when the boxing fans hate about fighters. We do not want them moving like businessmen. That turns us off. That's the reality of it. Now, hold on 1 second. Good looking out, showing enough. I appreciate you, my brother. I got a call. Hold on 1 second. Damn, I'm waiting on the special guest, man. I just missed this call, but let's see one of the special guests show up. But anyway, so the question is Teofimo Lopez avoiding, ducking, whatever phrase you want to use, Devin Haney, or he's ducking going to Saudi Arabia? Now we all know that Teofimo Lopez has rubbed Turkey Al Sheikh's feathers, right? We understand that. We understand that he apologized as well. We understand that he called Turkey Al Sheikh a dictator. How the fuck you gonna call me a dictator, Teofimo Lopez? Fuck you! I don't want to do business with you. How do you gonna disrespect me like that, motherfucker? Do you know who I am? As we all know, Teofimo Lopez had to apologize, go back to the negotiation table. And he agreed. The powers, shout out to Keith Connolly as well, right? And we're going to implement Keith Connolly. I want you to remember Keith Connolly, the manager. Keith Connolly right now is the best manager in the sport of boxing. So I know it was behind the scenes for them for Turkey Al Sheikh. This is the facts. Turkey Al Sheikh has forgiven Teofimo Lopez. That's why there was a renegotiations, and now it's good for boom. Dan Raphael spoke about it, but I already knew what it was. He already forgiven Teofimo Lopez. Both parties agreed. In the 11th hour, Teofimo Lopez sacó pie. Now, ¿por qué sacó pie? Why did he pull out from the fight? He's not afraid of Devin the Dream Haney. He was not going to get paid. Now, look, let me clarify the $11 million now. Because I think that Teofimo Lopez should have clarified that $11 million, what he said on my channel, right? Because Teofimo Lopez is not getting paid $11 million to fight Devin Haney, all right? Let me clarify it for everybody. Y'all want to hear Punch Run Boxing? Y'all want to hear Punch Run Boxing because that's your boy, and you know Tio, and you're the... Teofimo Lopez is not getting paid $11 million to fight Devin Haney. He's getting paid way less than that to fight Devin Haney. He was supposed to get $11 million to fight Jerome Boots Ennis. But because Jerome Boots Ennis didn't want to fight, Turkey Al Sheikh presented a fight for Teofimo Lopez. Devin Haney, Bill Haney was asking for this fight. Present that fight for Teofimo. I'll put that fight up, but you will fight you will fight Devin. You will get paid highly less than that. When I say highly less than that, break it in half. Thus, the frustration of Teofimo Lopez. Think about this. Oh, one second. Why not fight? All right, so either Devin Haney, right? Or it's safe for Teofimo Lopez. Now, this is what I'm gathering. Is it safe for Teofimo Lopez to go out there to Saudi Arabia after what we heard? Now, what goes out there in Saudi Arabia? Allegedly, you get jailed for speaking against power entities out there in Saudi Arabia, which Turkey Al Sheikh is. We heard that Turkey Al Sheikh has put people in jail 19 years just for tweets. Is it that Tio may be like, yo, how about I agree to all the terms? How about we fight out here in America? Guns with a $5 super chat. What's good, my brother? Go watch the Cigar Talk interview with Keyshawn, and you will know why Tio called Turkey dictator. Turkey, based on Keyshawn, is doing Tio wrong. See, that's what it is. See, but the thing is, yo, Guns, good looking out, but people don't want to see that because people are geared to, come on, man. Come on, Tio. Fight Haney, yo. You dunking, yo. I want to see the fight. I believe that Teofimo Lopez, it will beat Devin Haney from pillar to post worse than Ryan Garcia. I believe that Devin Haney wants to fight, to be honest, I believe that Devin Haney wants to fight Teofimo Lopez because it's the only fight that Turkey Al Sheikh is willing to pay Devin Haney the X amount of dollars to keep him up where he feels he's at. The only way that he's gonna pay Devin Haney that X amount of dollars is to fight Teofimo Lopez. If there's no Teofimo Lopez, there is no business with Turkey and Devin Haney. Versus whom? Devin Haney, remember, before Turkey Al Sheikh, Devin Haney was reported, Bill Haney was reported to work with BLK Prime. Before the Turkey Al Sheikh deal with Jose Ramirez and this Town Square, they was about to work with BLK Prime. You know why? They were suing Golden Boy Promotions. They ducked the Teofimo Lopez deal from Top Rank, right? Eddie Hearn told them, Eddie Hearn, you got to go out there and fight somebody. Remember, they were trying to give him the Liam Paru fight? Remember? They ducked the purse bid also with Top Rank and Sando Martin. None of the promoters, the main promoters, was going to work with Devin Haney. Turkey Al Sheikh saved Devin Haney. Turkey Al Sheikh saved Devin Haney. Now, Ryan Garcia effed up the bag. Right? He lost. Devin Haney didn't perform to our liking, but he won. He got the W. This bag. Bill Haney saw that Teofimo Lopez is negotiating with Boots Ennis. Where that leaves Devin. Yo, we want T.O. I'm going to this channel. Hey, yo, Nestor Gibbs. Yo, the boxing voice, two-tone. Change your tone. Speak about Devin and T.O. Hey, yo, you, T.O. and Devin and T.O. Everybody in YouTube, Devin and T.O. Boxing scene, Devin and T.O. Everybody, Devin and T.O. Man, Bill Haney, salute to Bill mother effing Haney. He was working his ass off around the clip, making sure it's T.O. and it's Haney. And just like the 2023 manager of the year, man, he got that. Boots and his ducked. Man, Devin Haney and Bill Haney's always at the right place at the right time. Shout out to Bill Haney. That's why I always give credit to Bill Haney. Man, if it wasn't for Bill Haney, man, we don't even know what type of career Devin Haney would have. I respect Bill Haney to the fullest. Me and Bill, we go back and forth, but me, Punch Run Boxing publicly, I'm going to tell you like this. I respect Bill Haney to the fullest. He is the hustler of all hustlers in boxing. He has been a trailblazer. Hate him or love it, Bill Haney has he's done wonders with Devin Haney. He does wonder with Devin Haney. I don't give a damn what anybody say. Yeah, there's some hiccups here and there. You know what I'm saying? Especially in the fight with Ryan Garcia. But guess what? Nah. Bill has done a wonderful job. Give me 1 sec. Uh-oh. Who's in the building?
Dimelo,
Demetrius, Boo Andre in the building. Hey, yo, where my damn headphones, man? Yo, what's good, Boo Boo?
brother, okay. What's happening?
Yeah. Yo, give me one second. Give me 1 second, man.
The people's chant in the building.
Boo! Where you been at, son? Where you been at, Boo?
You know, on the Grizzly, grinding.
Yo, what you feel, man? You been training? You been staying ready? Hey, yo, nobody's trying to call you out, bruh. We've been having all these fights at 168, man. We seen the upset, man. That could have been you, Caleb Plant and Boo Boo. What happened, man?
Boys gotta sign the dotted line, man. That's it. Boys do not want to make anything happen. It's crazy. Like, yo, what are we, I'm saying, what we doing here in the sport of boxing? Now, we're not supposed to be fighting people who claim to be the best. And shit. Not everybody on that journey. Not everybody on that journey.
Yo, but did you see the fight? What you feel about? Hey, yo, if you would have fought you that night, bro, yo, you would have done a number on Caleb Plant. Shout out to Caleb Plant, but this is the reason why I know that, yo, it should have been you and Caleb Plant. It should have been you and Jamon Charlo. Now that, you know, that Caleb Plant and Jamon
I would have beat up. I would have.
You breaking up.
Yeah, can you hear me clear?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I mean, I would have definitely loved to got in the ring with either or. You know, there's no reason why we still can't. But it's funny how like I didn't watch the fight completely, like the whole fight. I was out having a grand time. I think I went to the Post Malone and Jelly Roll concert at Gillette Stadium, Patriots, and had a grand old time. So I was over there.
See, that's what it is. See, boo, that's what it is. See, you just too, you're not in the boxing thing. That's what it is. You be doing your own thing too long, man. You got to infiltrate yourself to the boxing stuff, man.
What are they supposed to do? Keep doing the same thing, saying, "Come on, Clint, let's fight. Come on, Charlo, let's fight." True. Like, yo, bro, how many times I gotta keep doing this? Like, how many times? Like, they know I'm here. They know I'm available. They know that, you know, it's gonna be a fucking fight, regardless of whatever the situation is. And they seen that. At the end of the day, I took my first defeat, but I still moved the 18-wheeler just enough, more than anybody. Ain't nobody gonna do half the stuff I did, but it's all good. It's nothing to it. But there's no reason why we cannot continue to make these great fights with each other when the opportunities and the time are available.
Yo, man. You know what it is?
And your boy Charlo over there talking about Charlo over there like, I gotta get my lick back. I gotta get my lick back, man. Yeah, I still fight him. What's poppin'? Talking mad tough against Cornflake. Yeah, motherfucker. Yeah, cuz. Yeah, right? All that. Man, I would have smacked Caleb playing his face the moment nigga touched my face. Talking about get your lick back. You should have showed you was man enough that night. He smacked you in fucking Vegas that night. You should have put hands on it. Should have did that. Now you guys talk about, yeah, I still lost, but I still wanna. That's crazy. That's crazy. Nope. Demetrius Andre, let's go. Charlo, Demetrius, let's make it happen. And then Plant can come back later.
Yo, but it's like, true, bro. I understand. I understand you've been calling these guys out. It doesn't sustain itself.
Exactly.
But it's also like how many events there are in a year. So when there's a fight like that, and it's Caleb playing Jamon Charlo, one of your proteges, Yoanli Hernandez, did his thing. You know, if you would have been out there, then everybody would have been, all them cameras would have been like, yo, now y'all know what I would have done to Caleb playing. Yo, Jamon Charlo, that's it. After the bag, I'm here. Everybody would have been like, you know, sometimes you got to pick the time to sacrifice and get in the mix.
Yo, they still scared. They still don't want to make it happen. I could do all that, and they still don't want to make it happen. That doesn't justify it. I get what you're saying.
Yeah,
but at the end of the day, a fighter who or the courage to get in the ring has to say, yeah, I'll take the fight. Look at Canelo and David Benavidez for a prime example, right? A prime example. How many times people going to say we want to see Canelo versus David Benavidez?
Facts.
How many times are we going to keep hearing that from the people and the shit won't happen?
Yo, that's what we were just talking about the Devin Haney and Teofimo Lopez. We've been hearing this shit for like 5 years already, and still hasn't happened.
I took the fight. I was like, all right, let's do this, cuz I fight the light heavyweight. Let's do this, yo. Fuck it. Let's make it happen. I ain't scared of no, you know what I'm saying? It's a fight. Win, draw, all I know is going to be a fight. That's it. It made the best man win all the time. That's all.
Yo, I do believe that fighters ain't afraid of fighters. So how hard is fucking negotiating a fight? Like just a good enough big event fight. How long does a negotiation take?
No, chill. You would get in there with Mike Tyson. How much you weigh right now? Mike Tyson young, you got in there with him?
No.
Fuck no. So you
Nah,
scared. There's fighters that scared. You be fighting. You be throwing punches at the bag, right? You be claiming you punch junk boxing. You be out here trying to shadow box and shit, trying to throw bags like you can. You know what I'm saying? I would love to see you in the boxing voice go head up, a little sparring
let's
match.
go. Let's go. You putting that
Like,
up?
whatever. That'd
Let's
be
go. I'm ready. I'm ready. Boo
like,
boo.
come on. Let's get a little. Let's get some action. Let's get some journalist
I'm ready.
action
Boo
going on.
boo.
You know what I'm saying?
You gonna be the promoter?
Yup.
Hey man. Hey yo, put me on one of your shows.
Anyway, real talk though, man. I can't wait to get back in the ring. I can't wait to get back.
What does it look like? What?
It's soon details will be announced. Been making this thing happen, so soon. Summertime vibe. It's gonna be cracking. Yeah, man, I can't wait. It has to be the right atmosphere, of course. Got to be the right moves. It's going as planned, and so yeah, it's looking good.
And you're staying at 168. That's where you want to stay in your career at.
Yeah,
or you trying to move up, trying to move.
No, 168 for sure. 168 is open for me to become a champion. Like I said, 3 divisional world champion. It's just we need to make these fights happen. That's all.
The names are you already know the names. The plan. The Jaime Munguia got caught with PEDs, so I don't know how that's gonna play out right now. I think the B sample has to come. You heard about that, right? That Jaime Munguia popped dirty.
Yeah, I seen some. Victor Conte kept me informed.
Oh, yo, man, and
give
I heard
it out
about
the snack.
Victor Conte, Yeah, I heard about Victor Conte. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of people. I've been critical, and people been critical and stuff like that. But prayers go out to Victor Conte. I know he got, but it's a pancreatic cancer now. So shout out to Victor Conte.
Yeah, God, God.
Hopefully he beats cancer.
Yeah, God be with us. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, I have personal experience with Victor, and I will never let, people close. Even you, I used to tell you, I was like, yo, watch yourself talking to Victor when you're doing your shit, motherfucker. I ain't playing with you. You're my boy, but you go easy. That's when I see you too.
He said, go easy. Relax.
Yeah, go easy.
Relax.
That's my guy. Because at the end of the day, he has nothing
but yo, yeah, man, I heard about it. I just read that shit earlier today. Boxing scene. I read the article and stuff like that. So hopefully, you know what I'm saying, he beats that. Wish nobody that type of, illness and stuff like that. No, yo, so we got the names. It is wide open. Ain't nobody a champion. You know what it is? I think that the 168-pound division got names that don't even need the belts. Look at the people. Look at Charlo, Plant, Jaime Munguia, and Billy. Diego Pacheco going to be fighting soon. Edgar Berlanga going to be fighting Shiraz. Yo, what you feel about that? Yo, you going to go to New York? You coming to New York City to watch that shit?
It's possible. It's a possible situation.
Oh, no. But you said you're going to be fighting in the summer, so now you ain't going to be part of that.
Yeah. See what's up.
What I'm
saying? I'm focused on like what's ahead of my schedule and what I got to do and then I'm also trying to make sure I keep up with, certain activity that goes on, but I can't tune into all that stuff right now. I got to like boom, 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 the goal that I'm looking to execute.
So what you because a lot of people always ask me, yo, where your boy Boo Boo, man? We want to see Boo Boo back. Where's Boo Boo? Is what's keeping you outside of the ring is boxing business, or because you chose to, you just can't get a fight with the type of fighters that you want and the type of business deals that's on the table? Is that what's keeping you out, or is that you're choosing to keep yourself, have more time with family and stuff like that?
I'm looking to fight. I'm looking to get in the ring and give myself everything that I need to do and give to the sport of boxing as well. Like, I've been looking to fight for a while. I just keep getting the same answers. It's like people don't understand.
What's the same answers? What is the same answer? We need to know what they tell when that manager calls you back, or that attorney, the promoter. What is the answer that they give you?
They want something easy. It's like I'm just put it out there. It's like I'm some easy, like not it's easy, light touch or whatever it is. That's why I had to fight David, because there was nothing for him, nothing for me in a sense. I didn't go there to participate to fight David at the time. Went there to fight Charlo, Plant, the other Charlo. I can keep. I mean, want me to do the name thing? Like we already know who, right? And those are those are. I end up fighting the Nickerson kid just to, go up to him. But nobody wanted to do anything. And so David was like, would you fight David? I was like, not really, but not really. But okay, let's make it happen. And then whatever I had to deal with for that to happen, I was like, yo, let's just do it. Like, whatever. I don't like detail stuff. Like, you know what I mean? Like, whatever. Things that wasn't to my advantage, but it doesn't even matter. I wanted to fight, and I fought, got it out my system, and was looking to do that for the last year now, and I still are not getting the I'm still getting. That's it. Like these dudes don't want to fight.
Damn, man. Maybe that first 5 rounds,
look
man,
who
of David
Charlo just fought. Look who Charlo just fought. Like, where this yeah, I'm supposed to tune in on watching Charlo fight some guy named Cornflake, bro.
Without sugar, bro.
Like, what do you mean? Like, why am I tuning in for that? Get the fuck up out of here. I'm going to watch Jelly Roll, Post Malone. I'm going to enjoy my family and do what it do. I'll see that shit whenever I see that shit. Like, I ain't watching that. Ain't no fucking boxing.
He said, yo, we tuning in to watch Cornflakes, bro.
Nah, fuck out of here.
Baby, you need to fight Cornflakes now, bro.
Like, come on. And the same for, like, Plant. Like, not to, like, listen, I respect everybody that gets in the ring. It ain't no easy thing. But, like, come on, bro. Your boy, like, his record, who he lost to. I did some research because I do understand the sport of boxing. Yeah, but and then his hand, your hand had nothing to do with dipping and dodging shit. Like, you know what I mean? But whatever. That's just
man. He ain't looking.
That's just bullshit, bro. Like there was no need for that. They could have just fought each other. They should have just fought each other.
Facts, but like I don't understand these. I don't understand.
Moment, fight each other, put me on a fucking undercard with one of either the Mexican kid or Cornflake. Put me on that shit. And then give me the winner.
Let's go Boo Boo Cornflakes or Resendiz. Let's go.
I definitely don't want Cornflake. That's not either.
Resendiz, how about Resendiz?
Yeah, because he beat Plant. Of course, I would do that all day.
Yo.
But you think they're going to give me the opportunity? Come on.
Nah, man. I don't know why, bro.
You think they want me going there and start wiping ass? Pause.
Yo, you know what's funny though? That the conversation, like when people, even during the telecast, and they put these pictures and they be like, they try to match all these fighters up, right? And they never want to put you into that matchup. But when I talk about it, and people say, what about Andre and Berlanga? People say Andre. What about Andre and Plant? Andre and Charlo. Andre. Like, when you match them up, when people talk the 168-pound division and they match them up with you, most people pick you. But then when they're talking about the 168, they never put you into the conversation when there's a fight, when there's an event. Why is that, man? Who woman you stole, boo boo? You did something. I'm telling you, you did something to somebody of the powers that be, man. You rubbed somebody wrong, bro. Yo, still there?
Yeah. I have no comment. I have no. I'm speechless. I don't know how to. I don't know how to answer those questions.
Hey, yo, but that speechless could have left like maybe he did. Maybe. Maybe. Don't say slow, little wifey thing. Ten cuidado. Wait a minute. Oh man, bro. But yo, boxing will be better, man. At 168, bro. They had you in the mix, man. But you're gonna come right back.
Yeah.
You're gonna show the world this summer. You're gonna heat this shit up. Yeah, stay tuned, folks. Boo Boo gonna be back What is it? August, July, September, whatever.
Yeah. We're gonna pop off, man, and we're gonna let them know why they is missing Demetrius Andre, because we turning up like we do.
Yo, that's what's up. Yo, tell us a little bit more because I know that's your protege. I call him your protege. Joanly Hernandez did his thing in the 160-pound division. Beat up Davis. How you feel about his performance and where you see him going? Especially, man, you've been teaching him a few things in the gym, and you've been a sparring partner and stuff like that. Well, how far you think Joanly Hernandez could go?
That's a good question. At 160 pounds, I believe that he does have, like, as you see, he has a size, he has length, he has nice snap, his speed's pretty good. Been helping him work on, like, tightening up his guard, which his guard was actually the tightest it's been since, if you watch his fights, just keeping him, where he needs to be in the gym, and just helping him while the rest of the guys do their job. I'm the guy that goes in there and, like, yo, this needs to be that, boom, boom, boom. All right, cool. And it's showing. And credit to, like, Mike Veloz, David Keith, Roberto Valls for, picking up this guy, keeping him hungry, keeping him in the gym. And I put the special touches on it. But, yeah, at 160, I believe he could become a champion at 160 for sure.
Yeah, that's that. I think 160 is up for grabs as well. Oh, bro, 168 is up for grabs. In my opinion.
Well, he can't come up to 168 because then I'm gonna have to beat him up.
Yeah. The teacher gonna have to beat up the student.
I'm having to let him know that, hey, boy, hey.
Mr. Miyagi gotta beat Daniel, son.
That's right. But now 160 definitely is open, and that's my calling.
Yo, would you ever try to get that? Yo, no. Matter of fact, you know what's funny, bro? That you remember that time when you called out Eubank, right? And people was trying to criticize, oh, now he won Eubank, and look how everybody's talking about Chris Eubank Jr. now.
Yeah, man, boxing. They. I honestly don't know. I put it out there to make these things happen. I was going to fight him. Right, we had a signed contract, actually. I think we had like almost a signed contract for me to go over there. I can't remember what it's another Sky Sports, I think it was. Is it? I think so. It's a few years back. It was a few years back. It was Sky Sports. I believe one of us I had the belt. I had the belt at 160 pounds.
Yep.
And we went. What happened? I think a purse bid or something. I don't know. I'm not too sure.
That was when you was about to face. We go to the purse bid with Janibek, and then you wanted to face Eubank. You was in the middle of going to 168 or in the purse bid with Janibek, I believe.
That was around the time. No, because
wasn't that after the Quigley fight?
The Eubank situation?
Yeah.
I don't know. We have to just go on whenever you get a chance. People look it up, boy. Look it up.
Yeah, I think that's what it was after the Quigley. Because who you fought after Quigley? Yeah, after Quigley, then you went to the Demond. Then that's when you was trying to. That's when you went to the purse bid and all that stuff. Yeah, I don't think it was before the Jason Quigley fight.
Yeah, but I'm not saying that, but I don't think it had to do anything with the other kid, the Janibek kid.
Okay. So it was after the Liam Williams fight.
Now, I don't know, to fight Janibek and to fight Chris Eubank, and that went to I think it might have had nothing to do with Janibek. You know what I'm saying? That's two different. I think it's two different things. But anyway,
no, that's what I'm saying. I was just saying about the time frame of it, around that time, around that year.
Yeah, so
that would have been a good fight too.
No, yeah, we had real contracts. Sky Sports was going to do. I was willing to go over there, make the fight happen, and then it was like sort of damn near a done deal. And then the Eubank thing, I mean the Ben thing happened right after, like within weeks, days, like 1 week, boom, came. They didn't want to do it anymore. They wanted to go fight Conor Ben. Conor Ben got caught on taking a substance, and it wasn't from Snack or Victor Conte. He's a clean professional. But whoever he got his shit from over on that side, they got caught. He fought Liam Smith, who knocked him out. Eubank could have just lost to me. Could have just lost to me. Could have just lost to me.
He said, and it wasn't from Victor Conte. He gotta implement that. Yeah, it was a snack. He was eating some other snacks.
It definitely wasn't this side of the playing field.
Yo, but damn, man, we need to get you, man. Can't wait to see you back, bro. How you feeling though? No lingering injuries. How do your bodies feel at age 37, man?
I mean, shit. I'm like, where's the Viagra? Shit, come on.
Nah, you supposed to say you don't need that.
I need to be running 10 miles, man. Where that shit at, man? Nah, I'm messing around. Now I feel good though. I feel good, strong, like mentally ready, prepared to like go and showcase and like come like give them what they also been missing and myself, but it's like it's time to get in the ring and fight, and I'm making it happen. And then from there, hopefully, these fighters who we mentioned during this podcast will chalk it up and make the fights happen with me. There's no reason not to. We're still in a great time and a great age group to like go ahead and make this shit happen and let it be a spectacular night at the end of the day and for the sport of boxing. So yeah. My boy Pacquiao can
let me ask you.
My boy Pacquiao could take some Viagra and get back in the ring and shit. I'm like, I'm all right. I'm doing all right. I'm doing all right out here.
Pacquiao looking ready, yo. I even think that Pacquiao might get this victory, bro. What you think?
I mean, definitely. Pacquiao. He's been out the ring. Barrios. He's definitely a great fighter too. A warrior. He's been in there. He got a little bit more wear and tear right now. Pacquiao has some time off, so there could be a little,
upset.
Pacquiao.
What you?
I don't think it's an upset if Pacquiao wins. You know what I'm saying? It's Pacquiao. Like that.
It's hard to go against. It's hard to bet
against. He's the type of guy that
Pacquiao,
has steam. Yeah, he has steam.
Yeah, it's hard to
he's
bet
still
against
character. He got steam still. He's bouncy, so, but he's old now too. So, but,
let me ask you this about these fights that people talking about. What do you think about Devin Haney versus Teo? What do you think about that fight?
I think that's going to be a good fight.
Talk to me. Break it down. Break it down like a scientist. You feel me? You the scientist here. Break it down.
Oh no, I think I just gonna watch it. I think it's a good fight. I got to save the scientists for later. But that's definitely a good fight right there. I would love to watch that fight. That right there is a good fight.
What about you? You ain't think? What about this other fight that's coming through? I don't know if you know too much about Keyshawn Davis versus Edgar de los Santos. You haven't checked out Edgar de los Santos that much?
That's the kid that fought, the Dominican kid that fought
Shakur.
Or
the one that they were saying that Shakur was running like crazy.
Yeah. I think it's a good fight. I'm gonna lean towards Davis, right? His name. Mm-hmm. He got size on him. You know what I'm saying? Don't get me wrong. Yeah. Santos he's fast. He does seem like he got a pop from the last fight I seen when he fought Shakur. by kind of keeping Shakur on his back. You know what I'm saying? There wasn't much action, so he might have some pop there. But I think as when you size him up, I think Davis will throw a little bit more punches, so it could be it's going to be an interesting fight for sure.
Yo, I always talk about this because I think they always give credit to foreign fighters in their amateur background. And everybody knows here in America, you was the #1 fighter when you was an amateur. Why don't American fighters get that praise as amateurs, how we do it with foreign fighters? Like we always praise Lomachenko for what he did in the amateurs, or Rigondeaux or Usyk and Beterbiev. Why don't we give why in America we don't praise the American fighter for what they did in the amateurs? And also, what you think is more difficult, to win the USA Olympic trials and go to the Olympics, or the pros? What do you think is harder?
All right, so to go to the Olympics with no form of like look at somebody's style or like studying anybody, just go in fighting whoever wins in the bracket for many tournaments, and going overseas to fight the countrymen and never seen them before, and back to back. That's hard. Monday through Saturday, you got to fight every single day.
Wow.
If you win.
Wow.
To place, you know what I'm saying? So I've been to a lot of countries. I've been to Azerbaijan. I've been to like Budapest, Hungary, Moscow, Siberia. I've been to Venezuela. I've been to Cuba. I've been to Brazil, different parts. I've been to China, different parts. Canada, different parts.
We was beating everybody around the world.
Yeah, I went there and everybody knew, like, if anybody's going to win, it's going to be Boo Boo.
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes I lost because of like hometown favorite. But I was like, me and maybe one other will always get to the finals.
Mm-hmm.
We will always get to I will always be at the finals no matter what tournament was.
Yeah.
I fought Brazil. I fought the Brazilian guy for the finals. I believe everybody believed that I beat him, and because his hometown is champion, okay, he gets the decision. I respect that's his backyard. He's the man for Brazil, right? It's funny. He reaches out to me like as years goes on, and he's like, "Man, you became like really great. I was so privileged to get in the ring with you. Like you're awesome." You know what I'm saying? That's the type of respect I have. Wherever, you know what I'm saying? Especially when it comes to that stuff. Yeah, man. Ukraine, like, yo, my passport, my shit, my stamp, boom. And I've been with other fellow fighters. Like, I've been to a few countries, not a lot of countries. I've been countries with Danny Jacobs. I've been to countries with Terrence Crawford. I've been to countries with Sean Porter, Danny Garcia, Deontay Wilder, Mike the Bounty Hunter, Rashid Warren, Dynamite, Carl Dowgan, Dynamite. Man, the list goes on. William Wazinski from New York. He was a problem back then. He's a firefighter now today, man. Boyd Melson. Man, the list goes on. And I we always keep in touch, you know what I'm saying? What's up, brother? Everybody, whoever I can, whoever's on the same page of doing that. Yeah, Terrence Crawford, I remember him getting into a fight and the benches.
Tell us about that story, man. Tell us about that story. Because he was a hothead in the amateurs.
Him and Gary Russell, I think there was like a thing about them getting into it, whatever. Maybe like last year.
Gary Russell said that he smacked Bud Crawford.
Yeah, it was in the gym. Yep. Who else? Damn, yo, bro, I have freaking been everywhere with this boxing shit.
Who won that street fight? Who won that fight?
Well, I can't say who won or lost, but somebody threw a shot, got hit, and it got broken up.
All right.
You know what I'm saying? But I think it was like not a fair situation. But I don't know, because I was sort of in the ring, but I seen the commotion and I was like, oh shit, here they go. And it broke up. Because it was bound to happen, because like Tevez used to, like, you know how you see him nowadays, like he's trying to wrestle everybody. So he used to be like trying to like wrestle people and talk shit. And I guess enough is enough.
Gary wasn't Mr. Gary Russell wasn't trying to hear all that shit.
Yeah, I'm not. Yeah, Gabby was. He was like what? And then I think we was in Venezuela or some shit. I see these dudes fighting in the fucking bleachers and shit. I'm like, yo, these dudes don't stop.
Yo, it was like that. Yo, that's more to the story when it comes to Gary and Bud.
No, I don't think those fought and thing. But Terrence was in the. But oh man, me and oh my god, you talk about fights. That's what I'm saying. If back when we was in there, and like sometimes we used to go to tournaments and we'll be winning the opposite team, because sometimes like how it used to be is like 4 or 5 teams, country. It'd be like Cuba, Russia, Pakistan, USA, maybe one other, Paris, French. And we're fighting in like Russia. We're fighting Russia or wherever. We're all just in there. People in the stands, whatever. And it went by their days, however it went. Dudes started throwing cans and shit at us because he's whooping ass. Like, yo, the crowd, right? Some of the crowds like start throwing cans and shit at us. Try to throw it at the ring, throw it at us while we're in the bleachers looking for our side. And yeah, so, but anyhow, that being said, if somebody smacked one of us, it didn't go the way that these dudes are talking about.
Yo, that's why the reputation was. That's why I remember I used to ask that question. I used to talk about it because I used to follow that y'all class in the amateurs, and I'm like, yo, I didn't think that Bud Crawford was going to be what the pound for pound 1, 2, because everybody said the same thing. He was a hothead. He was wild.
Yeah, but he could fight, but he wasn't winning tournaments. He was like, you know what I'm saying? He'd make it whatever, local, regional, whatever, do his thing. I don't think he really advanced in like the USA Opens as much. I can just only remember like maybe like 2 tournaments that I went to overseas with him. I think he was at 147. I'm trying to think who was at 147, who was like kind of like the Olympic guy. Oh, it was Saddam Ali. Saddam Ali. Yeah, it was
Was Charles Hatley there with y'all too?
Yeah, Charles. Yeah. But Saddam waited to the Olympics at 147, I think.
Nah, that was the class, yo. That's my favorite class, yo. I know there's a lot of stories there.
Oh yeah, there's mad stories. There's mad stories.
Yo, you should have a whole documentary of the 20. That's a 2020. What, 2006, 06, 07, 08 class? Oh
yeah, 08 Olympics. So yeah, 7, 6, 5. I think 2005 when I turned open. My first open tournament, the USA Olympics. USA Open in Colorado Springs. That first time I turned 16. So when I was there, you had to be 16 to fight in the Opens. Now I think is it younger now or something? Older. You gotta be like 17, 18 now or some shit. I think
you know everybody going pro now. Ever since they put that no headgear, a bunch of kids just going pro. That's why I think that the USA boxing is not what it used to be.
Because their end goal, it's not like basketball, it's not like swimming, it's not like their end goal is to go pro and do as much. Overseas, they have no other choice but to stay. Like during our time, Cubans, these people, like they glorify them being an amateur, and that's how they did it. They got money that way. They kept them there. They did amateur until they was 34 years old. You know what I'm saying? Like, because that's the cutoff limit. And the amateurs for when I was there, you 16 to 34. My first time there for all season guys, beat them all. I fought Danny Jacobs that tournament. I fought Austin Trout that tournament. I fought I wonder if I fought the kid. I'm trying to think if it's him, man. God rest his soul. He was I think he was like an army kid, black dude. He recently passed. I'm trying to remember if he was one of the first person I ended up fighting that night. But anyhow, like I fought real guys that tournament Monday through Friday, and I fought Danny Jacobs on Saturday in the finals. I fought Austin Trout the night before. I think that kid who I'm talking about and some other kid in the first fight. So yeah, man. Great fighters I've been in. Great experience.
Next day, Austin Trout. That's why, that's
if
why
people don't know who
Austin
is Austin Trout for Laura, for Cotto, for Canelo, for Demetrius Andre. You know what I'm saying?
That's why I be like, when I be like, you guys don't know who Demetrius Andre, but everybody in the industry knows. All these matchmakers, all these promoters, all these fighters go to any gym, ask any fighter, not the fighters that he go back and forth with, like when Canelo Alvarez says, you're a terrible fighter, or you and Charlo going at it, but ask anybody. Nobody has nothing bad to say about you. Everybody that you go to any gym and they say Demetrius Andre, they be like, shit, yeah, that guy, he was the man. I think that if American boxing and American platforms, media, independent media, show the respect and show love to what you did in the amateur as well, like we give praise to all these other foreign fighters, I think that we have more. America will have more respect for fighters like you and others.
Yeah, 100%. Because at the same time, they also say we don't have that, but yeah, because you guys are not praising like you're giving that example. But man, yeah, man, that's just what it is. So that's kind of like, my storyline in the sport of boxing. I did football, I did baseball, I did karate, I did tennis. Those was my sports. My dad was pretty much the hands-on with football and boxing the whole time. I got in karate. I was like, wah, wah, wah.
Everybody is kung fu fighting.
I was like,
you was the Leroy. Hey, you was the Leroy of the hood. Huh?
I broke a few like sticks when I was young, and then my dad was like, "Nah, we getting out of this shit." And then we got into boxing.
You was the Leroy. You was the first Leroy in the hood.
Not the first one.
Who's the master? Boo boo.
Nah, I was more like Dragonfly Jones out here. That's who I was. That's who I was. I was one of those. It's like, yeah, what's up, man? I'm not doing some karate. I get beat up.
Yeah, man. We need you. We need you in the ring. We need you in the limelight. 168 is up for grabs, man. Yo, Jamal Charlo, man, you had a good victory. Let's go, Jamal Charlo. Demetrius Andre this fall. Turkey out shake, man. Demetrius Andre's right here, bro. He ready. You got to meet Turkey out shake. Is this the boo-boo everybody's talking about this ducking? Are they ducking you, boo-boo? Who do you want to fight? Yo, you got to chill with your boy Bud Crawford. He's very close to Turkey out shake, man. You got to tell Bud to, tell Bud, talk to Turkey, man. Get you in the ring, bro. Get you in the limelight. Get that turkey bag, bro.
Yeah, I understand. I understand, and I thank you for, what I'm saying, always rooting and wanting the best for me, because I'm one of the best, one of the greatest, and personally, I'm not. You know what I mean? The real deal.
Ninja.
I'm not. I'm the real deal.
They know.
100. I keep it 100 with all my people.
Facts.
Shout out to New York. Shout out to Emilio. Shout out to my boy Kevin Rooney, Matt Boy Melson. Shout out to all the homies. Saddam Ali. You saying?
Saddam Ali. He's going to be back in the ring as well, right?
Yeah, I seen that.
He's saying going to be back in the ring. He's been out for how many years already?
Shout out to my Dominicans in New York. Get my friends.
Let's go.
What's happening? We're popping. Where we at?
Let's go. Where you at, man? When you gonna come back, bro? We waiting for you, man.
We're waiting. It's a grand time. It's a grand time.
Yeah. We gotta keep. You gotta stay in shape. Gotta stay in shape. But
yeah, man. Thanks, man. Thanks.
But bro, man, do your thing, bro. Good looking out, man. Showing love. Everybody, boo boo in the building. Get in a fight. Now,
I hope you guys. I hope you guys enjoy some of that time, because man, one day I'm gonna give you some more of those stories. I'll give you some details. Man. When I get a little older, I'm like, I don't give a fuck. I'm telling these stories. What's gonna happen? What are they gonna do to me? I'm telling them these stories.
Yeah, man, that was a good. I think that a lot of people not interested in listening to what happened. But Buzz smacking people in the amateurs. Gary Rush smacking people. How many people you smacked up? Huh?
Listen, just know whoever was part of that, when you was with me, we was getting out of anything. We was good. We was good.
Hey, yo, y'all see moving like that? He a cool guy, man. This guy got a quick temper.
Only when it's necessary.
Only when it's necessary, man. Only when necessary.
Other than that, I want to get peace, man. Peace, man.
Inside joke.
Peace, man.
All right, brother, man. Take care, man. Good night, bro.
All right, have a good night, yo.
You too, brother. Shout out to Boo Boo in the building. Yo, Boo Boo is crazy, man. Yo, I'm gonna tell you like this, man. Yo, Boo Boo's the coolest, the realest, one of the realest motherfuckers I ever met in boxing, bro. This dude is genuine, cool, down to earth, hot-headed, funny guy, hot-headed. Yo, I say this, you want to chill with Boo Boo? You better be ready to rumble. Put it that way. You want to chill with Boo Boo? You gotta be ready to rumble, man. But anyway, man. Yeah, man. Let's keep on talking about this situation with Devin Haney and Teofimo Lopez. So where we left off at? Karate Kid in the building. What's good? Karate Kid in the building. What's good? Burp. Yeah, man. Shout out to Demetrius Andre. He's gonna be back in the ring this summer. Announcement coming real soon. Boo Boo Andre that's going to be in the ring this summer, probably in August, late July, the latest late August. He's the pro. Joanne Lee Hernandez is his protege. He's been training with Joanne Lee Hernandez. Joanne Lee Hernandez is the guy that the Cuban fighter that beat Davis this past weekend. He's been given also Canelo Alvarez the business and sparring partner, but Demetrius Andre is the one that he got him under. Demetrius Andre got Joanne Lee Hernandez under his wing, and teaching him a lot of things. The pro game. So shout out to Boo Boo, man. Lolo's boxing in the building. What's good? All right now. Okay, let me take this thing out of the way. Damn, where's the title at? All right, why Tio don't want to fight Haney, right? All right, we already know that Teofimo Lopez has pulled out from the negotiations. Let me just check any new news. You know what I'm saying? We never know how boxing be moving. Right? Hold on. Let me see. He said, this is why belts matter. To all boxers, keep ranking up. People talk about winners, but you'll never see someone speak about losers. Keep it coming. Welcome to my circus. Teofimo Lopez, that's what he tweeted, his last tweets. Y'all could call if y'all want to call it a duck, an avoidment. We could call if he doesn't want to fight Devin the Dream Haney. All right, but this is what I believe also. This is what I believe. Teofimo Lopez got a lot of options. I know people don't want to hear that because people just want to see the fight right now. Nah, give me the Devin Haney fight. As much as I don't like to talk about it, but this is the real thing. This business. Teofimo Lopez got options. Again, Teofimo Lopez is with the number one manager in the sport of boxing. This man down deals with Turkey, down deal with the Conor Benn and Chris Eubank Jr., who's probably going to be the fight of the year. He's the manager of Conor Benn. He's the manager of Richardson Hitchens. He got a big fight with George Kambosos next week. He's the one that secured the Edgar Berlanga versus Canelo Alvarez deal. He's the one that's going to secure the Edgar Berlanga versus Shiraz deal that's going to be main event in Queens. Not even a champion. He secured the deal with Teofimo Lopez in Times Square with Barbosa. And he's supposed to secure the agreements of a 3-fight deal that was supposed to be Barbosa. The second fight was supposed to be Boots. And then the third fight was supposed to be the winner of Devin Haney versus Ryan Garcia. Teofimo Lopez was already agreed to terms that he was going to get paid X amount of dollars. When I'm talking about X amount of dollars, just think about it. His second fight was going to be $11 million plus to fight Jerome Boots Ennis. So when Jerome Boots Ennis ducked, he's frustrated. Just like anybody, you're promised to get this amount of money. You signed up for this fight before the Barbosa fight. Remember, it's Barbosa. The second fight is Boots. And the third fight is the winner of Devin Haney versus Ryan Garcia, February 2026 Reha season. That was the deal. It didn't take place. Ryan Garcia fumbled the bag. He lost. As we all know, he lost to Rolly. Rolly also didn't get treated well. Rolly Romero did an interview, and he said that he wasn't treated well. He didn't get his he didn't get escrow money. They didn't put him in a hotel or nothing like that, right? So he didn't like the business of Turkey Al Sheikh. Rolly Romero. We ain't even talking about Rolly Romero. They ain't even talking about the potential Rolly Romero and Devin Haney. I think this is the reason why we haven't even heard about a potential fight with Rolly and Devin, because I don't think that the Turkey and his representative like what Rolly have stated, just like they didn't like what Shakur Stevenson have said, and he needed to apologize, just like they didn't like what Teofimo Lopez said, and he needed to apologize as well. The thing is that he agreed on the deal. He was happy. But then when Teofimo Lopez found out that he was not going to get paid the $11 million, and it was going to be substantially less. And ladies and gentlemen, when I'm talking about substantially less, it's half. Half. That's a cut from what you agreed already. All right, I'll fight Devin, but why I'm not getting that $11 million that it was already agreed upon that was going to be the second fight. And then the third fight, guess how much money was going to be? Add in probably another $11 million to it. So he was going to go to the range of $20 million plus. For the winner, if he would have beat Boots, and then he fight the winner of Devin Haney and Ryan Garcia. So Devin Haney, to be honest, doesn't have the options. Now they may say they got options. Everybody is going to say they got options because that's your negotiation. How you say it? Chip. You always going to say that you got some options. Everybody always got some options in the sport of boxing, but in reality, they don't. What is Devin Haney's option? Turkey Al Sheikh is not going to pay Devin Haney the type of money. Put it this way, Turkey Al Sheikh is not going to feed. There is no one to fight for them. Leverage. Thank you, Steady Gains. Leverage. Right? So for Bill, we got options. No, Teo was the one with options. See, let me tell you like this. Teofimo Lopez, as we all know, like I said before, Richardson Hitchens is managed by Keith Connolly. Keith Connolly is the manager of Teofimo Lopez. Richardson Hitchens is going to be facing George Kambosos. If Richardson Hitchens win, and he's also promoted by Eddie Hearn, a Richardson Hitchens versus Teofimo Lopez unification bout. The reason why He didn't want to go to the 147-pound division to face Devin Haney because what's the Devin Haney guy in 147? There's people out there that's saying, yo, but Punch, but why is Teofimo Lopez was ready to fight Boots at 147 and he don't want to fight Devin Haney at 147 because Devin Haney got nothing at 147. He wanted to go to 147 because he wanted to dare to be great and become a 3-division lineal champion. Devin Haney doesn't got that. So why do I have to go to 147? I'm not vacating my belt. I'm still willing to stay at one. Okay. So now so Teofimo Lopez should wait. Should be patient. That's another side of the. He should be patient. What's going to happen with Richardson Hitchens and Cam? Richardson Hitchens beat Cam. Then you got Teofimo Lopez versus Richardson Hitchens. That's almost equally the same type of fight that it will be Teo and a Haney and stuff like that. Is for the unification bout. Is managed by the same fighters. Eddie Hearn, Turkey Al Sheikh, all they do business. And the same money that Teofimo Lopez will probably get with Devin Haney right now is the same money or probably more he will get with Richardson Hitchens. It will be more of a legacy fight. Right? Now put it this way. What about if Richardson Hitchens lose to George Kambosos? George Kambosos become a champion. And now you tell me in the chat, what fight you think Teofimo Lopez needs more? If George Kambosos beats Richardson Hitchens, he becomes a champion. Which fight you think Teofimo Lopez needs more? Because there's only one fight, one moment of his career that he's getting shamed. How lucrative is George Kambosos versus Teofimo Lopez the rematch for a unification bout in the 140-pound division? Needs Teofimo Lopez to secure this deal. Because the longer that Teo waits, the more option there is. The longer that Devin Haney waits, there is no option. Because we all know that after Brian Norman Jr. is going to be fighting the Japanese guy, it's going to be Brian Norman Jr. and probably Jerome Boots Ennis. That's the only fight that's going to keep Jerome Boots Ennis in the 147-pound division. If he doesn't get that fight, he moves to 154. Guess what? Boots Ennis is not going to tell you what he's going to do next because he's going to have to wait for Brian Norman Jr. It's the waiting game right now. So right now is wait. All right, I signed the deal. I'm about to go to Saudi Arabia. Wait a minute. Time out. Turkey, you was about to give me $11 million to face Boots. A fight that many didn't ask for. Let's be real. This is the fight that Teo asked for and that Turkey Al Sheikh was interested in. So Turkey Al Sheikh was interested in. I'm going to give the bag because I'm Turkey Al Sheikh. I got the bag, and this is the fight that I'm interested in. Any fight that I'm interested, I'm giving the bag away. If you was going to give me $11 million to face Boots, but you're going to cut me short with Devin Haney, what is really the value of me fighting Devin Haney? I'm actually just doing Devin Haney the favor. Who Devin Haney is going to fight next if it's not Teofimo Lopez? What belt? Is he a champion? This is a money grab more than anything. They need Teofimo Lopez. Teo doesn't need Devin Haney. We may need Teo and Haney for our bragging rights, for our pure entertainment, just because we've been talking about that fight. And let's be real, let's be honest. I liked the event, the promo. I like that. Yes, I'm a supporter of a Teo versus the end. At the end of the day, am I really like up for the fight? No, I'm up for the promo. I'm up for the storyline. I'm up for the back and forth for Bill Haney and Teofimo Lopez Sr. I'm up for the trash talk of Devin Haney and Teo. But the fight, all I could think of is Teofimo Lopez chasing Devin Haney. That's the narrative. Will Teo cut the ring off? Will Teo chase Devin Haney? It's not, yo, Teo versus Devin Haney is going to be an exciting fight, yo, you can't miss it. Yo, this going to go blow for blow, pause, man. This shit's going to be like Hearn and Hagler, bro. That's what Boots and Teo, yo, it's going to be a good fight. Yo, these guys gonna go back and forth. Yo, the speed of Teofimo Lopez, the speed of Jerome Bruce Ennis, the speed of Powell, the athleticism. Yo, they man sharp, the showmanship. We talking about the fight. When we talk about Devin Haney and Teofimo Lopez, it's not the fight. We talk about the promo. That's what we talk about. We don't talk about the fight. Devin Haney's gonna whoop Teo because Devin Haney doesn't whoop anybody. Devin Haney don't inflict pain on nobody. Devin Haney doesn't hurt nobody. Devin Haney pot shots his way through victory. After the fight with Jose Ramirez, there is not a demand of Devin Haney. Let's be real, let's be honest. After the fight with Jose Ramirez, there wasn't a demand of Devin Haney. There wasn't a demand of Ryan Garcia. There was a demand of Teofimo Lopez and what he's going to do next because he's the one that show. We was talking about the potential of Teofimo Lopez and Boots. We didn't even care about who Devin Haney going to fight next. In that moment, that week, nobody cared about. Hey, yo, there's a petition going on right now. Shout out to Showbiz the Adult. That there's a petition we don't want to see running in the sport of boxing. That is what we talk about Devin Haney. When we talk about Devin Haney, the fighter, we're talking about a runner. We're not talking about he entertains me. I can't wait to see Devin in the ring. I can't wait to see him fight. Oh, my God, I'm willing to pay X amount of dollars to see Devin Haney. Nothing about that. Let's be real. Let's be honest. I'd rather watch an interview with Bill Haney I'd rather interview with Bill Haney because at least he entertains me and make me laugh. And I'm being honest. He's highly accomplished. Nobody gonna take it away. He knows how to win in the boxing bout. He knows how to win the judges. He know how to win. But a Teo and a Haney is not at the moment something that, oh my God, it's something that we're being pushed to say because that's just what it is right now. If you tell me, well, yo, okay, let's talk about Teofimo Lopez options. Who's gonna be fighting in the 147-pound division? We got Manny Pacquiao as well. If Teofimo Lopez and this is why I did one of the fight with Devin Haney. He gets the fight with Devin Haney. He beats Devin Haney, and then we see the winner Mario Barrios and the winner of Mario Barrios and Manny Pacquiao. Let's say Manny Pacquiao gets the upset. Can you imagine Teofimo Lopez versus Manny Pacquiao? Can you imagine how much money would it be for Teofimo Lopez? Can you imagine if he goes the other round, be like, you know what, I'm gonna wait on it. Forget about the Devin Haney fight. Let's get this. If Kambosa wins, I want the rematch with George Kambosa. That would be a bigger fight. That would be a bigger fight for Teofimo Lopez. It would. So as of right now, the Haneys will say, Teo don't got to fight right now. Yeah, but what about by next week? By next week, we could be talking about Richardson Hitchens win. He's going to be calling out Teofimo Lopez for a unification bout. That's an easy fight to make because the manager is Keith Connolly. That'll be in New York City. Now, let's go with this one. We got a lot to say. You know what I'm saying? Let's go with this one. If both agreed, Devin Haney, Teofimo Lopez agreed, the money was good, the opponent is good, but maybe Teofimo Lopez is not comfortable. Let's say, I don't know. I'm just saying. You know what? I'm not really comfortable going to Saudi Arabia. It has nothing to do with Devin Haney. I don't want to go to Saudi Arabia because I did say a couple of things, and I've heard that things could happen out Arabia because certain things have happened to other people that had distasteful opinions and statements, and they have gone and put them in jail. And maybe, you know what, I'm not comfortable going out there in Saudi Arabia, but I'm comfortable with the fight. I'm comfortable with the money. How about you put that fight in America? Now, I ask this to the people, and this is what I want people to actually think. Why this fight can't happen in America? If, I'm just saying if, I don't know. I don't know. I just go by the last time I talked to Teofimo Lopez on my channel, he was talking about that he doesn't feel like going to Saudi Arabia. Maybe Boots, and he was saying Boots doesn't feel like going to Saudi Arabia. Canelo Alvarez doesn't feel like going to Saudi Arabia. So he inflict that type of mindset that maybe he doesn't want to go to Saudi Arabia. Maybe there's some uncomfortability with Saudi Arabia. Yeah, you might be forgiven, but you don't know what to expect in a country that is not like this country. It's not freedom of speech. But I'm good with the fight. How about if Bill and Devin truly wants that fight, and let's say Teofimo Lopez will fight Devin Haney, but he doesn't want to fight out there in Saudi Arabia. One the day when you're negotiating a deal in boxing, the easiest and the last thing that secures the fight, not even secures the fight, the fight is secure. Both team is the site, is the location. For example, Canelo Alvarez versus Bud Crawford. What are we waiting for? They both agreed on the fight, right? What are we waiting for? Bud versus Canelo. What are we waiting for? The announcement on where they're going to what? When they're going to fight. Where is the where? That's the. So why Haney, Connolly, if Teofimo Lopez is uncomfortable going into to Saudi because of his comments, his doing. You know what I'm saying? That's that 10 toes down on your comments and stuff like that. But maybe he like, you know what, man? Yeah, I apologize, it's my fault, but I don't trust these guys by the time I'm in Saudi Arabia. I'm just putting it out there. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. How about we fight here just like Madrimal versus Bud. Now I was talking to Bill Haney yesterday with Rapstar Boxing Knowledge, and what you think about why? Do you think that y'all could fight in another location? And he goes, well, no, you know, the promoters pick who they want to fight. Time out, but you DHP too. You know what I'm saying? Why not suggest let's fight in Vegas? Let's fight in New York. Wherever. Oakland, I don't give a damn. Is this fight gotta be out there? And I know most of the people would love to see this fight in American soil. Don't tell me that we push this fight for it could be out there in Saudi Arabia. We want this fight to be here as well. I would like to see if that's an issue. I don't know if it's an issue. If I speak to Teofimo Lopez again, you know what I'm saying? And he wants to say publicly, or I'm asking him, is it an issue of you going to Saudi Arabia? Is that the thing that maybe you didn't want to fight? Are you ducking the Saudi Arabia or of course people are gonna ask, are you ducking the Devin Haney fight because there's better options out there and you're due to make more money? Remember, Keith Connolly is doing great business with Turkey Al Sheikh. They have an understanding. They're making big fights. He's making big fights for his fighters. They get in the dollars. There is options for Teofimo Lopez. Maybe maybe Turkey is mad at Teo, but he's doing great business with Keith Connolly. There's options for Teofimo Lopez. But in YouTube, people want to act like there's no options. There is options for Teofimo Lopez. And Teofimo Lopez, I think the team, and knowing Keith Connolly, in boxing will know right now is the master, is the master manager and the master negotiator. Everybody in this boxing and YouTube was like, yo, why is Edgar Berlanga not gonna sign with Matchroom with Eddie Hearn? He got him the Canelo Alvarez fight. Why? And look what he's gonna be. Matter of fact, Shakur Stevens is gonna be in Edgar Berlanga's co-main event. Shakur Stevenson is gonna be in Edgar Berlanga's co-main event. He ain't even a champion. He didn't beat Canelo. Look where Keith Connolly got Edgar Berlanga. Let me put the picture up. Hold on. So y'all can understand what I'm talking about. Don't see tunnel vision, folks. Look at this. Edgar Berlanga is not a champion. Edgar Berlanga didn't beat Canelo Alvarez. Right? How is Edgar Berlanga the main event? Shout out to Keith Connolly. Shakur Stevenson versus William Cepeda is a fight that we've been wanting to see. Alberto Puello, Subriel Matias on paper, and it's a championship fight. Look at Edgar Berlanga, where he at. He didn't beat Canelo. Now, we understand if he beat Canelo, but look, shout out to Keith Connolly. So Keith Connolly, you know how to set up his fighters, bro. Richardson Hitchens facing George Kambosos in New York City, Madison Square Garden. Conor Ben versus Chris Eubank Jr. Shiraz, they pushing. Yeah, but look at where Edgar Berlanga is at, though. You understand what I'm saying? Look at where Edgar Berlanga's at. I'm telling you, Teofimo Lopez got way more options. And I think that they saying, hold up. If we was about to get $11 million for Jerome Bruce Ennis, how much you think we're going to get for a unification bout with Richardson Hitchens? How much you think we're going to get with George Kambosos unification bout? And that's a fight that I know the world of boxing will want to see, the rematch of Teo and George Kambosos. Especially if George Kambosos is coming off a win with Richardson Hitchens. How much money is that? Why get $5 million, $6 million if we could get $11, $15 million? He said half of the main. That's but that we could say that all the time. I could tell you, hey yo, my man, go clean, go work at McDonald's, but you could get paid $23 million. So well, you know what I'm saying? Just because you never made that money, and everybody gets a raise every year. Everybody gets a raise every year. You're still doing the same shit. Who cares? Maybe that $5 million is not. You don't know. You don't know. And that's the part that we never going to know, because this is boxing. That's the part. That's the point. How much Devin Haney is getting for Turkey Out Shake, you don't know. Because see, in YouTube, we play the guessing game. We fill in the blanks. I told y'all, you're only going to know 50% of the shit what's going on in the sport of boxing. So when Teofimo Lopez come to my channel, he said, oh, I won't sell my soul for $11 million. I said, yo, what was it? That's you was gonna get $1 million with Devin Haney or Boots Ennis? Everybody is running with, yo, but Teofimo Lopez ducked $11 million to fight Devin Haney. He's not getting $11 million to fight Devin Haney. But because there was there was things that was not clear, everybody ran with, oh, you got a whole bunch of channels referring Teofimo Lopez on Punch Drunk Boxing and said that Teofimo Lopez was going to get $11 million to fight Devin Haney. That's not what he said. Go play. Everybody, y'all could go to my interview or whatever y'all want to call it, or sit down or whatever, chopping it up with Teofimo Lopez, put that shit on y'all channel and go word for word. He never said, I lost 11. I was going to get $11 million to fight Devin the Dream Haney. That's not what he said. He said he wouldn't sell his soul. Now, there should have been some clarity. Yes. I think that Teofimo Lopez should have cleared that, or I should have, in the moment, clear that thing up or whatever. My fault. Okay. I'm going to tell you like this. I personally asked Teofimo Lopez, yo, you want to clear that $11 million and stuff like that, because you're not getting $11 million. Oh, fuck it. Let them guess. Because in the end of the day, just like I always say, just like the president of the WBO told me, Paco, he said, the business of boxing is none of your fucking business. The business of boxing is none of the fans' business. And that's always is. So Bill Haney could, and anybody in the boxing industry could talk about numbers. The numbers that they talk about is not what it is. Teofimo Lopez said that he only made $1 million in his career. Do you believe that? No, that's a lie. But guess what? He's not supposed to tell you the numbers. In the sport of boxing, nobody tells you the exact numbers. Nobody tell you the exact numbers of how much you get paid. Nobody tell you the exact numbers, how much these guys get in the bag and out there in Saudi Arabia. Nobody is telling you the pay-per-view, the actual pay-per-view numbers. Nobody is telling you the actual pay-per-view, the pay-per-view number or the gate. You don't know if those comp tickets. You don't know it. When it comes to the sport of boxing, you don't know. We don't know shit. You only know half of it. But If anybody want to talk about, I'm gonna send the link. Yeah, I could talk about box, and we could talk about box. I'm gonna send the link. Hold on. And y'all go and chop it up. Cause hold on. If y'all want to chop it up, or we go tomorrow. Hold on. Yo, what the hell? Take this thing out the way. Oh. Oh, we could do that. We could go live tomorrow, bro. Man. Fuck it. We go live. Whole sway in the building. Good looking out, man. Appreciate you with the cash app, my brother. Thank you, my brother. Que Dios te bendiga, Josue. Good looking out, man. Appreciate you with the cash app. Send the link. All right. All right. All right. There you go. Let me jump out right quick. Dímelo, guys.
What's good?
What's good, bro?
Dímelo, guys.
Chop it up, guys. I'm gonna be right back. Chop it up.
Let's chop it up. Yo, HLD, can we come to an agreement? Can we come to an agreement that Keyshawn Davis is a better fighter than Devin Haney?
No. Keyshawn, the manufactured pigeon killer. Yeah,
well, first of all,
no, I'm not even talking about that. I'm going to talk about what we got to talk about. Fuck Keyshawn Davis.
Hold on, come on.
No, this is not about Keyshawn Davis. We're here to talk about the Tito shit.
Tito needs to fight. If he don't fight any of
no, here you go. No, not at all. Thank God Tito don't listen to any of you YouTubers for no fucking business advice. Thank God he's got a team.
Yeah,
because if he would have been listening to any of you guys, he'd be fucked. He'd be fucked. Simple as that. He's got a hell of a team and they're playing chess. All you motherfuckers were running with the boxing scene fake news that he agreed to this and that. Fake news. Manufactured by boxing scene. That was manufactured by boxing scene. Simple as that.
Yo, jump back, low nose boxing. One at a time.
Like, yeah, but he wants to change the narrative of what we're talking about, like he always does on every panel. Hey, what do you think about the...
But let people with their opinion. Let them go with their
opinion. No, estamos hablando de una cosa.
No.
And he wants to like run on another on his channel to run talk about something else.
No,
let's hash this out.
Talk about
everybody ran with the boxing scene news despicably. Agreed and this and that. No, not at all. Ain't not one evidence. Who's boxing scene source? Bill fucking Haney. Who was Dan Raphael source last week? Bill fucking Haney. Thank God Tito don't listen to anybody on YouTube for business advice. If it's for praises and shit, that's what he's supposed to do. But to listen for business advice, hell no. Why does Tito have to throw Devin Haney a lifesaver? He's the one drowning. His career is on life support. What does Tio owe Devin Haney if the shoe was on the other foot? If the shoe was on the other foot, would the Haneys throw a lifesaver to Tio? The fuck they will.
But then that's playing the same game that other people were saying that when he wasn't getting the boost fight, there was people out there that saying that they shouldn't fight Teofimo Lopez because of what he said about, to ice him out. So why say the same thing? Because
Bro,
people are
nobody's
trying
mad
to.
about that but the pussy fans because not even Crawford is mad. And who's supposed to be mad about any of that? The people he's directing and not even they're mad. So let's cap. I'm trying to fix it, and my apologies if you can't hear it.
Hold on, give me a sec.
Is it me? Can you hear me loud and clear?
I hear you. I hear you. You hear me?
All right. Yeah, I hear you. But the fact is, man, it's despicable. Running on Bill Haney narratives. He's the only man spreading bullshit like he always does. And the fact is, where is it that Tio agreed to any of this? Why did Tio get pissed off? It's obvious he got pissed off because they cut his shit massively. Now, did he do that wrong? Yeah, he did that wrong. He shouldn't have lashed out publicly.
You're looking out wrong.
Yeah, I mentioned the amount when he dropped the $2. Then I have to fix my audio.
Yo.
But for what we got right now, Tio's doing this thing. And yeah, there's a learning curve because his lashing out in public was bad. His lashing out in public was bad, and we know that. But this is business, and you can't. And when it comes to that, you have to put emotions to the side, and that means turkey too.
Yo, you talked enough. Can I talk now?
Are you even on the panel?
I'm on the panel.
Go ahead, Lowe's.
Yeah, like I was saying, let's move on from Devin Haney. That fight's not gonna happen, right? So what I'm saying is, right now, Tio has two options. He has two options right now. He got the winner of Hitchens and Cambosos, and he got the winner of Keyshawn Davis if Keyshawn Davis packs this nigga up and puts him in the dirt. Because that's what he's been doing lately. The performances match the call-outs. If Tio at 140 can move up and challenge Bruce Ennis, Keyshawn Davis, who's putting bodies in the dirt right now, 135, can move up and fight Tio. And the truth is, the betting odds between Tio and Keyshawn Davis are a lot closer than Tio and Bruce Ennis. Keyshawn Davis is borderline looking like a bully right now. He's talking greasy. He allegedly, I don't even want to repeat what he said he did to Tio's dad, which I don't want to believe that. He's going all over interviews, talking crazy.
Yeah, he's the same guy who said himself.
You fucking talked already, bro. Let me talk. So like I said before, he was FaceTiming with Tio, with Turkey, and according to him, he made it seem like, come on, man, this fucking guy, bro.
Allegedly, don't say
that's the best fight for Teofimo right now. That's another grudge match. It's a more exciting fight than Tio chasing Devin Haney into a loss. Because if they fight in Saudi, it's going to look like Jermaine Ortiz all over again. But the difference is the judges are going to give it to Devin Haney. Richards to Hitchens, great fight as far as on paper. Competitively, it's going to be another Tio chasing somebody else around. But if it's in New York, Tio got a chance of winning. Tio versus Keyshawn, that's a real fight. Because Keyshawn's going to fight. I got Tio winning that fight, but that's going to be a real fight. That's the fight I want right now. That's what I'm hoping for right now.
It's a good fight, but it's not the next fight.
Let me get this super chat. Good looking now. Wrong with the $10 super chat says, yo, Haney, as always. Hey, yo, my brother, can somebody read that? Because I'm driving at the moment.
I got it. Haney has always stood on business. Right now, Haney is bad business for Teofimo Lopez. His stock is low. The Haney's got to suck it up. I don't think Tio should fight him. Thanks a lot. And around $10 super chat.
Bro, this nigga could talk if you put him under the water. You'll see the fucking bubbles come up. But I got to go right now because I got people coming in, bro.
I need to go arrest somebody, man.
Hey, thanks for having me on, Punch.
What's good, Fight Sports? What's good, bruv?
Yeah, what's good, bro? Thanks for having me on. Salute HLD and everyone. You know, the last time I was on Punch, you got me to kind of concede that technically Boots did duck Teofimo. Yeah, I give it to you, man. Okay, you got me to admit that technically he did duck. Now, I don't want to get into this whole is Teofimo scared of anything. You've heard me say Teofimo's resume is excellent, the best out of all these young guys, and if anything, he's got too much confidence. So I don't even care really what the reason is he didn't fight Devin Haney. The problem is that that's the fight that was presented, and now it's not happening, and now he's already talking about going elsewhere. Now, Turkey, tons of problems with him. I don't doubt he's a shady guy. I mean, of course he's shady. Look at what he represents. But is going to PBC really going to help him? Because if he had money issues with other promoters, why go to PBC at the moment? There's just so many things out here where it's like, Teo.
They just invited him over there, guys. That was an invite, and he just accepted it.
Okay, well, he accepted an invite. He's also thrown Turkey under the bus, and he's done it in a way that means they'll probably never reconcile.
I don't, bro. Business is not personal, man. Like that. When it comes down to it, there's so many only good fucking fighters in the world, and Teal's one of one. Like right now, you guys don't even understand the business play that's going on. On that night, May 2nd, 2 pieces fell off the chessboard on their own. Ryan Garcia lost. Devin Haney took a shit. Now, what does Turkey have left now? He's only got one star. He's only got one star from that card to show up and out that people would be willing to tune in for. Because there ain't no damn Devin Haney.
HLD. Very simple answer. Hitchens, okay? There was talks of him fighting Hitchens when he first signed with Turkey. It ended up being Barboza. Okay, fine. The Devin Haney fight, okay, I've given my reasons as to why.
What you mean by Hitchens, though, for Turkey? Wait a second. But no, you said Hitchens is an option. That's for who?
Yeah, Hitchens fights on DAZN. He
for
fights
who?
in the same division.
For who?
For Teo.
Well, that's Teo's options. I'm saying, what are Devin Haney options with Turkey?
Well, I'm not even really talking about Devin Haney right now. I'm talking about Teo. He's the guy who has messed this whole thing up. So,
let me finish what I was trying to say about the pieces on the board.
All right.
Ryan Garcia was going to be getting God knows how much money for a rematch for Devin Haney, probably upwards of $30 million. Guess what? They got to eat that because that Ryan Garcia is not fighting now, right? Devin Haney was going to make X amount of dollars for the rematch versus Haney. Guess what? He took a shit. He ain't worth $2.
Okay.
Well, Boots was supposed to be on the other card with Teo. Or guess what? That Philly fraud ducked Teo. That's another whatever how many millions of dollars. So what does Turkey have left?
All right.
Only Teo motherfucking Lopez. So if Teo's going, I'm trying to teach you the game of understanding how business leverage works.
Hey, wait a second. Okay, you're saying that Teo is the one who performed the best out of all those guys.
You're not. No. I'm letting you know that Ryan Garcia is not on the board. Don't misconstrue what I'm saying about. But there's only one guy on that card left that's willing to anybody to want to pay and see.
Okay. And again, I'm not defending Devin Haney's performance. I've criticized that. Now, in terms of, I'm talking about the present. Who makes the most sense? I said multiple times, I felt that the right time to make Teo versus Haney was there because they both won. And okay, it's not the.
Do you understand business?
Well, wait a second. Okay, you've had enough time to talk. Let me get my word in. The thing is, okay, the fight's not happening now.
Who says the fight's not happening?
It's off. I mean, have I missed something?
It's in the air. It's not that it's off. It's in the air.
Okay, you're pulling up technicalities, whatever. Okay, but even if there's still a chance the fight could get made, Teo has just Teo has done himself no favors. He shot himself in the foot. Why go out with the? I mean, he could not have been more open about how he was trying to provoke Turkey with that comment, and now he's apologizing. Like, come on, this is ridiculous.
He apologized because he had to. It was wrong, regardless of getting the fight with Turkey or not. He had to apologize.
Wait a second. Okay, he shouldn't have shot his mouth off. Okay, that was a terrible decision. Okay, he should know that by now. But whatever. Okay, he did it. It is what it is. But now he doesn't have many big options because of where he's going. Like Haney, they could get a fight in with Hitchens. I really hope they don't make the.
Who can get a fight with Hitchens for Devin Haney?
Well, they both fight on DAZN, so
no, my man, Devin Haney wants to fight at 145. He don't
want to fight. Wait a second. Oh, all right. I don't care what Devin Haney wants. Okay, I'm just talking about that. That is now an option because
that's not an option for Devin Haney. He's not a 140 pounder.
God, can you stop talking for?
Well, then act like you know what you're talking about, my friend.
You talk. I know more about the sport than you do. Can
Bro, you don't know shit. You don't even understand what linear belts are.
Stop.
You don't know what linear belts are about.
Jesus Christ. All right, look, Punch, sorry, I didn't mean to come on here yelling on your show, but this guy won't stop talking for more than 5 seconds.
No, bro, you could go to where you come from.
Turkey, okay, Devin has more options. The problem is, okay, Teo's the one who's going to mess this whole thing up. And he could go to PBC, and if it's true, if he is going to sign there, he could get Pueo, he could get Russell, he could get some of those fights. They're all good fights. But he was going to, there's no doubt, in my opinion, he was definitely going to make the most amount of money with Turkey. So now, because of what he's done...
We could agree to that.
Yeah. Okay, so we agree to that. So therefore, that just makes it extra terrible. And can we just call it for what it is? It's fucking dumb, okay? What Teo's done is incredibly dumb. So he shot himself in the foot. He's not going to make the same amount of money with PBC that he was with Turkey.
Who says he's going to PBC?
Well, he's been taking pictures with guys at PBC, and that's what.
So if I take a picture with your wife, does that mean I'm
all right? Stop! Just stop talking for fuck's sake. Okay.
So if I take a picture with your wife, does that mean I'm fucking?
Shut up! Look, man, you don't get pictures with girls, all right? You act like
make it make sense, bro.
Oh God! Look, Punch is the expert, okay, when it comes to what's next for Teo. So, okay, so he's the man to ask. I'm saying if he is going to go to PBC, he's not going to get the same options that he had at DAZN in Turkey, and he's also not going to make the same amount of money. So in terms of what is next for him and why Teo don't want to fight Haney, I have no clue. But whether it's because he just doesn't want to give him the opportunity or whatever it is, there's no way to excuse what he's done.
Maybe because he's holding up with more money that's on the table. Maybe because he's holding up because he has no other choice. Maybe Turkey has no other choice but to give Teo more money.
Wait a second. If it's a money thing, why didn't Teofimo say that? Why didn't he say...
He doesn't have to say shit to any of us. Do you know that?
It would have been better for him to say... Can we shut this guy up?
Do you think any of these fighters give a fuck about your conscience?
Look, man.
Go ahead. I want to understand what fight he's trying to say. Go ahead. Go finish. Break it down.
What I'm trying to say, Punch, is okay. Regardless of why the fight's not happening, Teo and Haney, and why Teo didn't want it, I don't know what the reason is. You would know better than me. So, regardless of what the reason is, he doesn't have as many options now because at PBC there are good fights there, but he's not going to get the same amount of money. So the fact that he went out and shot his mouth off about Turkey only to apologize a day later, it just makes everything look really, really bad.
The issue is what it looks like, and that's the issue for the community, for us to talk about what's going on.
Exactly.
That's the real issue. Is what it looks like, but what it looks like is not what it is. So
exactly.
What it is, the facts is that already he's been forgiven. They was already good to make the fight. Turkey Al-Sheikh gave it a go to make the fight. Devin Haney did agree on everything. Teofimo Lopez agreed on everything. In the 11th hour, Teofimo Lopez felt the need that, no, he doesn't want to fight this fight. This is where we're at. The reasons of it.
I'm not on that part though. I'm not on that part.
This is what I'm saying. These are the facts that I know. But the facts, but the last part is that nobody knows exactly why he pulled away from this fight in the 11th hour. Once he agreed on everything.
Like I said, the chessboard says there's no Ryan Garcia no more on the board. Devin Haney is shit on his own. Boots is no longer on the table. So what does Turkey have left? So why should Teal take less money when there's more money on the table?
Guts in the building. Hold on, let me read this super chat. Guts in the building. If Teal didn't have options, then why did Oscar ask him if Teal wanted to talk, to give him a call?
Okay, I can answer
that.
Wait a second. Punch, I can answer that.
My fault, JC, I thought it was Guts. My fault, JC. Good looking out, man. Appreciate with the super chat. My fault, I'm driving.
Just answer the man's question because I'm the one who said I don't think he's got many options. Maybe he does have options. We'll see how the phone call with De La Hoya goes.
This is what I say, fight. This is what I say, fight. Teal has options, but it's with patience. See, the options right now is the Richardson, Hitchens, and Cambosa, but they're fighting. The options also is, whether a Mario Barrios and a Manny Pacquiao, if Turkey Al-Sheikh would have win with Manny Pacquiao, remember, just like you saw him with PBC, who he went to see? Manny Pacquiao and the Mario Barrios. So, with patience, there's real potential options for Devin Haney to make. This is what it is. It's not that Devin Haney may not have options. Does Devin Haney has options with Turkey? See,
I can answer that.
Without Turkey, Devin Haney was heading to BOK Prime. That's how bad it was for the Haneys. Before Turkey Al-Sheikh decided that he wants to take part in the rematch with Ryan Garcia. Without that, Turkey,
wait a second.
Hey, Punch, how much was the open field willing to pay Devin Haney on his first bid, bro?
All right, okay. This is
how much were they willing to pay?
Wait a second.
You wait a second. I'm asking questions.
All you do is talk over me. All you do is I'm here to act. Look, I'm not here for fucking games.
You ain't talking a minute. Shut the fuck up.
All you do is talk over me, okay? To answer
you already have a fuck manager or something that you don't know nothing about.
All right. To answer what JC Go said, maybe Teo will be able to sign with De La Hoya. And again, if he does get a deal with PBC and De La Hoya's worked with PBC, then he will have options.
So I thought you didn't have options.
Shut up.
It took a super money.
Shut the fuck up. He's not going to be able to make the same money that he would have made with Turkey. That's a problem for him because he keeps saying that money. He keeps saying that money is an issue. So that is a problem that again nobody can deny. In terms of Devin Haney's options, Devin Haney, he's got his own issues, but in terms of who's caused the most problems in negotiations when it comes to big fights, it's no question it's Teofimo Lopez. He's had falling outs with Bob Arum. He's had falling outs with other guys at Top Rank. He's had falling outs with Eddie Hearn and DAZN. And Punch, when I was on I super chatted you once asking about if he'd be okay going back to work with Eddie Hearn. And now, after one fight, he's falling out with Turkey Al-Sheikh. So he falls out with a lot of people. That is why, again, in terms of his future, there is so much uncertainty. There's a lot of problems.
Somebody got a background with music. Mute yourself.
That's not me. There's no music where I am.
That guy got no rhythm for music. You can hear it in the speech.
I guess to close it off, I just don't think Devin Haney again. He does have options because he's with DAZN and he hasn't blown as many relationships as Teofimo has.
So you were wrong. Teo has options.
I'm not getting safe. Like I was saying. Thank you. I appreciate you. Teo has burned a lot of bridges, and it will be good for him to go to Golden Boy However, if he goes to Golden Boy, he's still gonna have to do cross promotional fights because who he's gonna fight over there? We don't want to see him fight Jose Ramirez. We don't want to see Barboza. We don't want to see Ryan. That Ryan Garcia Teal fight is officially dead and buried. We don't want to see him fight Rolly. Like I said, he has to come back and either renegotiate and get that Devin Haney fight and bite the bullet and go to Saudi and try to get a knockout because that's the only way he's going to win. Or he's going to have to do what I mentioned before. Fight Richard Hitchens, Cambosa's winner, or take on Keyshawn, the Boogeyman Davis.
What does Turkey have as options for Devin Haney on the August 16th
I don't care about
card?
Loads of options.
Loads of
Loads
Zero options.
He's got loads of options. Okay, he could get.
He has
Okay,
zero options.
well, if you can shut up for a second, he.
No,
he can make,
you talking
shut
about
the fuck. Shut your mouth, you fucking idiot.
You talk too much, you moron.
Shut
You
your
don't even know
bitch
what you're
ass
talking
up.
about. You don't even know what the fuck you're talking about.
You don't even want an answer.
Nobody wants to hear your answer, you moron.
Shut the fuck up, okay? He can make the.
He has no options. Ryan Garcia is off the table. Butch is off the table, and Devin Haney took a shit. So what does Turkey have left for that card? It has to be Tio.
Well,
Tio knows you saved all this money. Why should I take a cut when you can pay me more?
Okay, you just exposed how much of an idiot you are. You just said Tio was the option that Turkey had for Devin Haney, and now Tio's pulled out of the fight.
No, he didn't. That just means that I'm playing hardball.
Yo, my nigga, stop fucking yelling. Let me talk. Devin Haney really doesn't have options because his stock dropped after that performance, right? He's campaigning between 147 and 145. However, Bill Haney has been going through the gyms, being around Richardson Hitchens. Don't be surprised if Devin is willing to go down to 140. No, excuse me, let me take that back. If Hitchens beats Cambosos and Subriel wins, if Hitchens decides to avoid Subriel Matias, because that's another pattern we've been seeing lately, don't be surprised if Richardson Hitchens moves up to fight Devin Haney at 147 pounds.
Devin Haney is never going to 140.
No. You didn't hear what I just said. No, wait, you didn't hear what I said. I retracted that. What I said was if Subriel Matias wins and Hitchens decides to avoid Matias, because he's been doing that a lot, don't be surprised if Hitchens goes up to meet Devin at a catch weight, and that's going to piss me off because that means Devin is going to take the Hitchens. Go on, you fucking guy, man. Go mute your fucking mic, bro. You've been speaking for fucking 45 minutes.
Nobody cares.
Punch, you gotta have more control of your panel, bro, for real, my nigga.
Well, you have a channel. You have a channel.
HLD can't let grown men talk.
You have a channel.
He just soys out like a little child.
You got the boxing voice, Ronos, you know what I mean? You can pay over there if you want.
All you do is interrupt.
Yeah, show your face, man.
So you're saying that I think we all in the same page when we're talking about Tio's options, but
he got more
I don't
options.
want this to turn into what people try in this community to do with Teofimo Lopez and ice him out. I don't want this to turn into well, what does Devin Haney have options? And Teofimo Lopez is the one that's bringing Devin Haney back from the ground because he doesn't have options. In the end of the day, it's a fight that many boxing fans will still want to see. Devin Haney versus Teofimo Lopez. It is a great option for Teofimo Lopez. It's a fight that if you couldn't get Boots, it's a fight that I would like to see. So it's not even
no longer about the competition, though. Hold on. That's what they're doing by holding out and being patient because we're running out of time.
This is another problem.
Damn, this is the fight we wanted, yes, for a long time. I've been talking about this fight for a long time, right? The problem is the momentum, right? The problem is Tio also put his foot in his mouth because by him talking bad about Devin Haney, that ruined his odds of winning in Saudi. You see, when Devin was saying, well, you was willing to fight Boots over there, that was before Tio started talking crazy about Turkey. Teal's not afraid of something happening to him out there. He knows that he's not gonna get a fair shake, and let's be realistic, bro. That's a 12
No,
round fight.
sorry, I got to push
Hold
back on
on,
that.
hold on. That's a 12 round fight. At the end of the day, I don't care what Ryan. That's a 12 round fight. Just because Ryan did that, don't mean Teal's gonna do that. It's a different style. Ryan's a lot taller. It's easier for him to hit Devin Haney. We all know that Teal has trouble with guys that move. So Teal's gonna chase Devin Haney all around that ring. It's gonna look like the Jermaine Ortiz fight all over again. But the difference is the judges in Saudi, when Turkey tells them, "Hey, I can't even imitate a punch." That's what you do. You imitate Turkey. But Turkey's gonna go in their ear and yo, Devin Haney got to win. Devin Haney's Muslim. That's that. That's the bottom line. And Teal knows that.
No, I got to push back on that. Sorry,
You
low
don't have
nose. Look,
perspective, you just talk.
shut the fuck up, okay? All you do is talk. Low nose, sorry, I disagree with you. There is absolutely no evidence that Teofimo is going to get jobbed on the cards, okay? Teofimo got a win against Jermaine Ortiz, which should have been a draw of anything. Otherwise, shut the fuck up.
That fight wasn't a draw. That fight was 8-4 for Teal, bro. But go ahead.
No,
Go ahead,
okay, wait a second. Wait a second, okay. Either way, he was very fortunate to get the decision. I thought he beat Martin, but still, they could have scored that fight for Martin. He had one judge giving the Kambosos fight to him when he did not win that fight. So, and also, let's not forget Lomachenko. One judge had him winning 11 rounds in that fight, which was insane. So, Teo, there's no evidence that he's going to get robbed on the scorecards, and therefore this tantrum he's had is justified. It's paranoid schizophrenia. No,
we're talking about it
doesn't wait a second. I've just given you examples of how
let him respond.
Shut the fuck up, you bitch. All you do is talk.
Let him respond, bro. You responding to your shit.
Yeah, look what happened to Carlos Adames. Carlos Adames went over there and got robbed. You know what I'm saying? And remember, Teo insulted.
But Carlos Adames got robbed because there was nothing for Carlos Adames. It wasn't about Carlos. It was about Shiraz.
All right, then you know what, Punch? Then Punch, to make everything all happy, then Teo needs to be the champion that he is and go out there in enemy territory and do what Rocky Balboa did and knock him out like fucking Rocky did Drago. And that's that. He better get in the training camp.
There's still another option for Teo. And the one option for Teo that I still see is that
that's the main one.
His option that nobody has mentioned yet is that since Boots is the quack, the biggest duck at 147 email chant.
We gotta keep the same energy.
He's about to run the 154. If he decides to stay, Teo on June 20th should go and petition WBO to become Norman Jr. If he wins that fight, Norman Jr. is mandatory and cut the legs right off of Boots.
That's a good idea too. When is Norman fighting, by the way?
June 19th.
Okay, that's another option. I didn't know he was fighting so soon because I would have mentioned it. Because being that Teo wants to fight Boots, he can go up there and go for that belt.
If he cut the legs right off of Boots, and then Boots got no choice. Either you're going to fight or you're going to run a really 154.
And if Teo does that, if Teo does that, even Boots' supporters, my people, shout out to Greg Hackett and them, even they said plenty of times that if Teo were to be a champion or be somebody significant at 147, they would even push for Boots versus Teo fight. So that could be another round as well.
I don't care about Boots, bro. He could just leave.
But Teo Boots fight, let me be realistic. That fight ain't happening.
Don't be giving nobody props in their analysis about Boots. The motherfucker said that Sergey Lipinets will beat Teofimo Lopez. Get the fuck out of here.
Okay, well,
this is the channel, and I don't want to kiss nobody's ass out on this shit.
Okay, this is the problem with the whole Boots thing, okay? If Teo is able to go to PBC and secure the Brian Norman fight, awesome. However, we all want to see Brian Norman fight Boots Ennis after he fights his mandatory, so that will just hold that fight up. The thing is that there's no guarantee he's going to get that fight. So, again, this all could have been avoided if he had just stuck with Turkey, kept his foot in his mouth, and made that fight. This all could have been avoided. And also, what I was saying, Low Nose, I agree. Carlos Adames was robbed horribly against Shiraz. I lost money on that fight. But Teofimo, I gave you examples of how he's had very favorable judges. He doesn't get robbed on the cards. So this paranoia of him being justified because Devin Haney is going to get unfair treatment, to me, is absolutely ludicrous.
All due respect.
Let's stick
All
to
due
that. Let's
respect.
stick to that. Let's stick to that word.
Respect, brother.
Let's stick to that word.
All,
Paranoia.
yeah, this paranoia.
If we're talking about if that's the option, that's why I said that's why the title of it is he ducking Saudi or Devin. Is it the paranoia because the thing that he said, and yeah, he's been forgiven, but he doesn't trust. He doesn't trust going out there in Saudi. He doesn't trust that he's truly forgiven, and they're out to get him in any way, whether it's judging, whether it's.
Who knows for a fact that Turkey has spoken with Teo and say, hey man, we good, man.
Remember what happened with Floyd Schofield? He went out there.
Who can verify that?
I verified.
Remember what happened to Schofield?
I'm not gonna say
Remember
Turkey,
what
but
happened to
but I
Schofield?
verified that the apologies accepted, and that's the reason why the negotiation kept on going.
I think it's Bill Haney pushing in the negotiation, trying to make it happen, and then try to deliver it to Turkey then.
Okay, well,
That's
Punch.
the way I see it.
Yeah, Punch. That's okay. That is a fair point. You upset somebody who comes from a dictator background. Yeah, you do have right to be concerned. You may upset them, that you may get unfair treatment. However, this is all Teofimo's fault because he's the one who shot his mouth
exactly.
off.
Yeah,
so,
exactly.
Yeah. So that is what it is. You know,
the only reason all of us can agree that Teo was wrong popping off in public. That I 100% agree with just about anyone. That was wrong doing it in public, because it does you just don't burn the hand that can help you.
But
And
then don't let it linger in. I'm just saying, if it is, don't let it linger in your psyche. You apologize for a reason to be forgiven. So why don't apologize, be forgiven, then get what you want, what you asked for, and then say, no. I'm just saying, if that's the reason, because that's the part we don't know why Teo pulled out in the 11th hour.
I don't believe that.
The speculation is, Teo has a platform. Teo could just easily say, this is the reason why I pulled out from the negotiations. We're saying, and you're saying, and Fight is saying, and anybody else is bringing up, well, is he got options? Well, he got this. Well, is a tactic. Well, because there's nobody filling in the blanks of why he truly pulled out in the 11th hour.
Look at how everybody ran with the fake narrative that he was getting $11 million for Haney. I mean, come on now. Now we're gonna follow the boxing scene bullshit. Was a thing that came out.
Okay.
Another fake story. Yeah, I'm talking, bro. Now it was another fake story. Boxing scene, who's been what? Wasn't boxing scene banned from Turkey events? So boxing scene would be the media breaking a news, not Mike Coppinger, not Ring Magazine, not Turkey himself. Come on, guys! I wasn't born yesterday.
All right. Well, I didn't see
that up. Hey, Teo should have cleared that up, because he said, I wouldn't sell my soul for $11 million.
There's a lot of things going on within that in itself, but it has nothing to do with $11 million for no damn Devin Haney. Everybody knows.
I know that for a fact he's not getting $11 million for that.
No shit.
But it left people to. That's what I'm saying. In boxing, since people just know 50%, but if you say something and you throw something out there, at least clear it to make sense. Because I don't think, because $11 million, selling yourself for $11 million does not make sense. Because we're dealing with things on the surface. We're dealing with statements, public statements. For years, Teo has made public statements that he's not getting paid the way that he feels he should be getting paid.
Now we know that to be true.
He said he only got paid $1 million. We all know.
That's fake.
Exactly. But that's the image. That's the narrative he put out there. So when he says, I won't sell my soul for $11 million, the whole community is going to be like, hold up, wait, Tio. You've been saying that you haven't even get paid $1 million. So now, and that's what it is. You know what I'm saying?
Yo, we got a community who hates
There's no
Teal,
reason for him
period.
to put himself out there like
Teal
that.
has a community that hates
wait a
Teal,
second.
period. Running 3-hour lives. They can't make no bread. They cannot make no money on content creating without Teofimo Lopez. And it has to be about hate. Come on now.
No. Come on. No. All right, look, you've said enough. This is completely ridiculous. Don't act like Teofimo is the innocent victim here who has done nothing wrong. That is absolutely ridiculous. Okay. Wait a second. All you do is talk, okay? He had an opportunity to make tons of money. I don't know what he was going to make, okay? But here's the thing. Teofimo's always saying he wasn't making enough money, okay? Lomachenko, all that money got lost in his unfortunate divorce situation, and the Kambosos fight took forever to be made, okay? Then, after he beat Josh Taylor, he was calling for big money fights. He finally gets an opportunity with, I don't know how big a money fights, but still, money fights nonetheless with Turkey, because Turkey's the money man in boxing. And then he just goes and screws it up, okay? So he had an opportunity. He's always been complaining about how he wasn't making enough money. Okay, he had an opportunity to make that good money, and now he's just gone and ruined it, okay? And you're saying, well, maybe he was a victim here. Maybe he was cheated here. No. You're searching for
I'm telling you that Teal's holding out for a bigger pay.
Court to defend this guy.
The moment I started, Teal's holding out for a bigger pay because Turkey has no option.
That is stupid, okay?
For you?
No. Why not just... You're saying he should hold out till the ends of the earth to be able to make a big money. Are you insane?
Ticking. August 16th is right around the corner. Who is he going to fill in the gap with?
Who? What are you talking about?
Who is Turkey going to fill the August 16th gap with? Because
I don't know.
Is not the one who's going to sell anything, like bring an attraction.
Yeah, but
okay,
Turkey he cares about selling because that's the fight supposed to be in Saudi. So
no, it's not about selling. It's all about being an attraction. An attraction.
Okay, well, HLD Turkey, he could sign a fighter for a one-off deal. He's done that with other guys, and you're saying he should hold out for more money. You are encouraging fighters to act like complete divas and say, "Well, I'll sit out for $100 million." Come on, this is ridiculous.
Nobody said $100 million.
Shut up. Okay,
you said $100 million. You said that, you corny fuck.
No, you idiot. You're the one who's saying he should hold out for more money.
No, I'm saying that he could be holding out for more because a lot of money fell off the table. No Ryan, no Boots.
That is stupid. Okay?
Why is it stupid?
It's stupid.
Why is it stupid for a man to try to get as much as he can? Who the fuck are you to tell him he can?
Because, well, if you can shut up for long enough, I can explain. Because if you encourage somebody to say, okay, you're getting the money that you want, but hold out for more. Okay, you're getting more money.
You think
he's
hold out for more to encourage him?
I don't know what he's doing, but I don't know.
Do you think any of these fucking boxers are listening to you, me, or Punch what to do on the business side?
Listen, there are fighters out there, plenty of them, who will sort out a deal that they're happy with, and then they'll make the fight regardless of whether or not they could have made more money. You can always make more money. You can always
got management teams. Teal has the best management team in boxing.
What you're doing is you're advocating.
I'll give you an example of what HLD is saying that is going to actually give credit to what HLD is actually saying with the same fighters, right? Top Rank gave Devin Haney an offer to fight Teofimo Lopez. Bill Haney said that it wasn't the type of money, and we're not dealing with Top Rank. It's not the type of money that we could get with Turkey Out Shake. But at the time, they said it was being offered, but there was no offer. Because if there was a real offer, we'll be talking the way that we're talking now about the real offer that's on the table. So that tells you that there was no real offer in the past. Right? So
okay.
So Bill and Devin held out for a potential payday and fight with Turkey Out Shake and Teofimo Lopez. Thus, they did hold out. They went for Jose Ramirez. Shit didn't fall through with Ryan Garcia. And now they're going to have more money to fight Teofimo Lopez through Turkey Al Sheikh now. So they held out before. They didn't want to fight Teofimo Lopez under Top Rank.
Okay, well,
Because it was business.
Right, and I'm also not denying that the Haneys probably. I don't think they wanted to fight last year after Garcia failed the test. I'm pretty sure they.
Okay, you agree with what Punch was saying?
Of course, I agree with what Punch is saying. We disagree
So
on
you've
something.
been wrong.
No, I'm not wrong. I understand that the Haneys, they didn't want to fight last year. I'm pretty sure, and I did videos on this. After Garcia failed the test, I think they didn't want to fight for the rest of that year.
You think this fight is off the table? Let me ask you: how come Devin Haney? How come Tio and Bill deleted all their shit?
I have no idea. It looks like
Why did Bill Haney today? Why did Bill Haney today on Twitter called out because he fucked up with all the bullshit he's been playing with the media? Why did he come out and say, if you ain't fighting for or about your family and just talking about you broke, shut the fuck up and let the real ones handle this, please. He wants everybody to shut the fuck up now about this. Because guess what? We don't know what the fuck is really happening behind the scenes now.
Okay, well, I agree. We don't know what's going on behind the scenes. I hope this fight does get. Just shut up for a second.
But you've never been in front of a board of governors explaining anything about anything. I can tell.
What are you talking about? I hope this fight does get made. I'm being critical of Tio because he's the one who put all the dirty laundry public. He seemingly has ruined all relationships with Turkey. I hope this doesn't happen. I hope they can sort it out. I hope Tio does get a fair shake. But he's the one who keeps going public, and I don't know how many times I have to say this. This is not the first time he's done it. It's not even the second time he's done it. This is like the third or fourth time he's done this.
You think he's going to control Tio? You think your bitching is going to control Tio?
Okay, you want to call it bitching when I'm pointing out facts, and all you don't like the facts that I'm bringing
you
up.
didn't think Bill Haney being on every panel, converting all these media channels, trying to steal the shine from the boots,
and I don't
fight for
wait a second. Wait a second. I criticize the Haneys all the time. I go on the LDBC and I criticize the Haneys.
The who?
The LDBC. I've had plenty of debates with the LDBC about Haneys.
Who's the LDBC? There's only like maybe one member left.
His fanboys. His fans. They're all like friends with him. I've criticized the Haneys on the LDBC channels.
But how about in this? Weren't they manipulating all of the fucking channels, bro?
Yeah, but then people could say the same thing about me. You feel me? So
You're one. You're one. How many does Bill got? Does Bill got?
All right, look. All you're doing is deflecting. You're saying, the Haneys have done this, the Haneys have done that. Yeah, I've criticized the Haneys more than you.
Why is everybody on Teal's head for a piece of shit Devin Haney fight compared to the Boots fight? We criticize Boots for one day. We criticize Boots for one day. I can answer
that if you shut up for a second.
I want you to answer that.
Just shut up. I can answer that.
You don't have the channel worthy to answer that for me.
10 seconds. I can answer that.
I don't really care for it. I just want to. How come all these channels are on Teal's helmet for a piece of shit Devin Haney fight?
One at a time. Nobody's.
But the Philly guy. Because they wanted the number one guy. We're talking about the culture, blah blah. But then they want to send in the Chihuahua scared of his own shadow. Why does Boots get a pass? Because it's really been a literal pass.
Okay, I can answer that.
I'm asking Punch. I'm not asking you. I really don't care to have anything from.
Why he's getting a pass?
Yeah.
Because like you said, and that's what I mean. In this community, because they're being groomed to say Devin Haney to fight Tio. So the high traffic channels that putting out videos, they got affiliations with Bill. So they're gonna cater to Bill. If you're gonna talk to what you know what I'm saying, that's what it is. I think that's what
it makes sense.
If they was catering to, if all of them was YSM whatever, I forgot his channel.
Yeah.
He's a Boots that he's affiliated with Boots. They would be speeding Boots, but even they didn't want the fight.
That's my point.
And Punch, I agree with you. There are actually a lot of people, a lot of American channels, by the way, they're not giving Boots a pass. Okay, so I do agree. You can make the case. You can make the case that Boots did duck Haney, but at the same time, and Virgil as well. But at the same time, Teo, he had the Haney fight on the table, and it's not happening at the moment. I hope it does happen, but this is why Teo's getting criticized more.
I'm not. You see, now you're changing your tune. I believe the door is not closed on anything. It's not over till it's really over. It's as simple as that.
Well, all right. Well, look, I'd love to come on here and say that I was wrong.
The thing that Turkey is mad. No, he's not. He's still trying to make the fight.
I don't think it's over. But I feel like this is on right now. This is on Teo, what Teo has to do. And I even think his manager, Keith Connolly, wants this fight with Devin Haney. He secured the fight. He made sure to hash things out with Turkey and stuff like that. Our manager ain't going to be working this hard to secure the deal and secure a money that you was happy with to then pull out. This wasn't Keith Connolly that pulled out. They're not wasting their time dealing with Turkey. He's been making great business with Turkey, and he's not going to be playing games with Turkey. I could say right now, Keith Connolly is the number one manager in boxing. He ain't gonna be playing this Turkey game. So, and right now is why is Teofimo Lopez not want to fight? That's what it is. What is going on? He accepted all the terms, and it's not only accepted all the terms, he was happy with what was getting.
Exactly, and that's what just makes this more frustrating. But
I haven't seen anywhere from Teo say that he agreed with any of that.
I know because I've spoken
and those who how can I put it, that do have connections with Connolly know something else is at play.
That's what I know.
We shall see. We shall see.
More? Now, question is, could he get more? I think dealing with the potential was in the pot, was in the bag. I think that his manager knows, and Turkey, and Teofimo Lopez know that he could get more money.
There's a lot more money on the pot, Punch. You know that.
I truly think that this is keeping Devin Haney alive. I don't think this is a fight that Turkey is like desperate drooling for, because he would have publicly stated something. He never said anything about that.
Well, this was never the plan overall. But how much money is there between the Ryan Garcia was going to get paid for the rematch and the Boots fight with Teo? How much money at play was there? $50 million almost, and that's still in their pocket, right? So there's still money on the plate. Go ahead, Fight Talk. You wanted to say?
Punch. Okay, I disagree. I don't think Teo is going to get paid more money because, first of all, I don't see how you can make more money when you piss the money guy off.
No, you're talking emotional stuff. This is business.
For Haney. That's what I'm saying. He won't get more for Haney, but there is more money in the pocket for. If we look at the profiles of Boots, if we look at the profile for Boots and Haney got more of a profile than Boots.
That's true. But are you talking about him getting paid?
So if he had more of a profile, how was he going to get paid way more fighting Boots than a Devin Haney?
Who's there to replace on the August 16th card? Who's there to replace that co-main that they're going to have? Who's available for who?
That's a good question. Well,
Teo and Devin is what he had left, and if you don't have Teo,
I'm saying that they'll be able to. Turkey will be able to make a one-off deal with somebody, like he did with Carlos Adamas. Well, he'll look at other divisions if this fight doesn't get made. So there's options there, but also that's if the fight is completely off. You're asking Punch, is he going to get paid more because there's more money in the bank? I mean, that's possible.
What's that? 2 months away? It's just 2 months away.
I know. So I'm not saying that the fight's. I'm not saying Turkey's in a great position. Obviously not, but he'll be able to reach out. I mean, promoters do this all the time. They have to
What?
scramble for.
A Punch. This is another thing I'm thinking about. You know that whole fiasco with Canelo, because right now you know that Turkey is really trying to do the switch and bait on Canelo and Crawford to take that fight out to Saudi, because that stadium is booked, and there's no other stadium right now or arena booked in Vegas for September 13th. Now is Turkey trying to force his hand to make Canelo fight over there? And maybe if Tio pushes this out and Canelo forces his hand, right now we're only like 3 months away. We don't even have that hasn't even been announced.
Well, there's fighters like at a heavyweight who would be available, so maybe he can bring Joseph Parker and Adrian Caballero together as a New Zealander. I hope that happens.
But what I'm saying is the fight has not. They're trying to swindle Canelo to fight in Saudi for that card. And Canelo, that's why he put his foot down this past week saying, no, the fight is going to be in Vegas.
Yeah.
He's having problems right now. Turkey's wanting
That's my point. So what if Tio holds out? What if Tio holds out till then?
The problem is that Turkey's job is to bring the attraction to Saudi Arabia. But
that's true.
That's his job. That's why the prince is giving him all that money. It's not for him to have all the events here for us. The play is to bring this attraction and this tourism and to bring this Las Vegas feel to Saudi Arabia.
And that's the thing. Canelo's not going over there. So Tio sees that. He mentioned that too. And you're like, man, because what did Tio really wanted to be? Tio wanted to be on that undercard of Canelo too. That's what Tio wanted.
Question: If Boots come around and says, you know what, I want to fight Teofimo Lopez. Will Teofimo Lopez fight Boots in Saudi Arabia?
You'll have to ask him. It would make sense to do it if he's
initially, Punch, I say yes, he was. But I think the way things have moved, and now seeing that Canelo is having those issues, what about? Hey, let's not forget, Boots, from what I hear, did not want to go to Saudi either. So what about if they're all playing the game? They're going to stronghold a Turkey with Canelo, who's going to make them have to get one of these damn arenas in Vegas anytime soon. And also, what did Eddie Hearn say? Boots wasn't looking to fight in August, but September. Maybe the chess play is down the line. Patience, and who knows? There's a lot of avenues of possibilities.
Okay, well, you're talking about things possibly happening in the future. I mean, none of us are genies, so we don't know what's going to happen in the future. We all want these things to happen now. So, look, if they can salvage the fight, if Turkey can reach out to Tio, if they can get it made, then I'll happily say I was wrong. I mean, I don't want the fight to be off. But the problem, if the fight is off, Turkey's just going to have to look for other options for that August card you keep talking about, HLD, and we'll see what he can come up with. But as far as Tio,
I don't care for the fight. I mean, at this point, if Tio gets compensated and he's happy and he wants to do it, then obviously I'm going to support my guy with it. And not that I'm interested at this point in time. Had we get another fight and Haney at least shows us, that he's going to fight like he did like with Regis Prograis, then absolutely. I mean, had he murked Ramirez, I don't think you'd be having a question with me saying, yes, let's have a fight with Devin Haney right now. But I'm not interested in that. I'm not interested in losing my money again. He stole money.
I agree with you. I've spoken to some of Devin Haney's closest friends in the YTBC, and I've said the fight was boring, and I don't think Devin's ready for a step up. So I agree with you.
It's not about the step up. It's just the value of entertainment. I'm not going to be, fool me once.
Well, that too. Okay, everybody says the fight was boring. Yeah, everybody agrees with that. I'm saying I don't
hear nobody bitching about them losing money. I know I am. I paid for it to watch that shit.
Yeah, well,
I wasted an evening.
Yeah, again, I agree with you. The fight was terrible. It was boring. The thing is that the Haneys, I don't think Devin's ready for Teofimo. I said if they fight, I'd probably pick Tio to win. But Devin does seem keen on making the fight. Now, for whatever reason, maybe they're bullshitting, maybe Bill Haney. I mean, I've never spoken to Bill Haney in my life. We'll see. If the fight gets made, great. And it's just, if Teo doesn't want to make it, if he wants to push for this Norman fight, which will mean probably going to PBC or
no, man, that means this is what can happen if he does that. He currently apparently does not have a promoter, so that means that could be a fight that can go to purse bid, and the biggest guy on the block gets it. It's what would happen with that.
Okay, well, it's not going to go to purse bid because that fight hasn't been called. And
what I'm saying is, if Teo uses his super to mandate the WBO, so he could become the immediate mandatory to the winner of Norman Jr. and Sasaki, since Teo doesn't have a promoter to upfront it, apparently, I mean, this is from what I understand, that means either Bobby Aaron's going to have to get into an agreement with Teo for this fight, and if they can't, the fight goes to purse bid.
But HLD, he won't be mandated because Sasaki is a mandatory, so they can't force a mandatory.
He's a super champion. You don't understand that.
No, I'm well.
When you're a super champion, you have your right of becoming the immediate mandatory to the champion above you or below you.
But it doesn't mean that the sanctioning bodies will enforce it immediately. I mean, Usyk wasn't able to enforce the WBO mandatory within a year. It took longer than that to secure the AJ fight, and he was the mandatory from being undisputed. So it's not he can order
for what belt?
That was for the heavyweight belt. He was undisputed.
No, that's not a belt, my friend. What sanctioning body?
WBO, same.
Was it super belt?
Yes.
That's not how that works.
Teo is the WBO light welterweight champion.
What again?
Teofimo is the WBO light welterweight champion. That's what Usyk was at cruiserweight when he stepped up to heavyweight. But anyway, he can push to be mandated based on the WBO rules, but there's no guarantees that they will enforce it immediately. So that will not secure him the fight with Brian Norman this year.
I'm going to hold my thought on that from what you're saying, because I am going to look up the rules, and the next one we'll touch on that.
Well, sanctioning bodies do typically have a rule that you have to fight one mandatory at least once every year and a half or something.
The status or whatnot of being a super champion is that you can move up to a division and become the immediate mandatory to the champion of that division.
What I'm saying is that he won't be mandated immediately because Norman is fighting his mandatory now. So that will take some time, and Teofimo will just be. I mean, if he wants to take a stay busy fight,
is Jin Sasaki? But is Jin Sasaki a mandatory?
He is.
No, he came up and they gave him that fight. That's a voluntary, I think.
I'm pretty sure they've made it a mandatory, but if he wants to have a stay busy fight at welterweight, then okay. But for a stay busy fight, Teo won't be making any super impressive money. So
no, because I think the bunch that said it, we touched on this. When you win a vacant title or you've been elevated, your next fight is a mandatory, and that's what he did with his last fight. So right now, this is a voluntary. The one with Jin Sasaki.
Okay, I'm just looking that up now. Well, either way, the Norman fight is not secure. So if he's running, Teo is playing with fire now because he may have, again, we don't know for certain now, but he may have messed up the Devin Haney fight for good and relationships with Turkey.
Norman Juniors want that fight though. I know that they wanted that fight and they would want it.
I'm sure.
T was trying to get the Boots fight last year. He sidestepped the Normans, but the Normans would want to fight Teo. It's a big fight for anybody. That's why everybody, even Norman Senior, surprised that, like, bro, go fight Teo, man, and we'll get to us. They're even confident that Boots is gonna whoop on Teo, right? So I mean, but the Normans are willing to take that fight.
Yeah. I'm sure Brian Norman and his dad will happily fight Teo because they want to grind out they want to prolong the Boots fight for now. So yeah, that makes sense. As far as Norman fighting Sasaki, it looks like it is a mandatory title defense, but we'll see. I mean, usually when fighters become mandatories, they enforce it. They don't get it immediately anyway. But we'll wait and see. I mean, it's been pretty contentious, but hey, HLD, I enjoyed the discussion. Thanks for having me on as always, Punch.
You're getting used to me, buddy. You have a good
I'm
one,
getting
bro.
used to it. Anyway, Punch, thanks for having me on. Is there anything else you guys wanted to discuss?
Let me take a picture with your wife, man.
I don't have a wife.
You see, because then I could have said that, hey, that means that we're doing something like you were saying earlier. Tia went to PBC, that means he's signing with them. All right, buddy.
Anyway, is there anything else to talk about on the stream or?
No, I mean, I think we talked about it. Other than that, it's just what we got this coming weekend with a great fight. I think it's a what if fight, right? We don't know what De Los Santos is going to show up. You know what I mean? After 2-year layoff and others, there's a lot of cherry picking going on for that fight for Keyshawn Davis that he should be the favorite. But if we get a sharp De Los Santos, hey man, we could have an upset. You know, so it could become more of a 50-50 fight. We won't know that until weigh-in. We got to see how De Los Santos looks on the scales. You know, and we got to understand this kid he's pushing the limits. How long he could stay at 135 because he's like how old is Keyshawn, like 26 already too?
I think he's 24, 25. Either way, he's really young. Yeah.
Yeah, but he's pushing the limits of staying at 135.
Yeah.
You know,
yeah, Keyshawn's great. I just hope he gets challenged in this fight. We'll see. I think De Los Santos is the guy to do it because I have a feeling De Los Santos is going to show up. I don't know what his health is like because he doesn't look good, and based on reports, he shouldn't be fighting. But we'll see. Yeah, he
shouldn't be fighting, but coming off such a long layoff and then stepping into the ring with a young kid who's been busy and sharp, not a tune up in between. It says a lot. It says I mean, hey, we shall see. We shall see.
Anyway, I'll see you guys in the next stream. Thanks for having me on, guys. Peace out.
All right.
For the chat.
All right. So yeah, man.
Nada, hermanito, man.
Yeah, man. Hopefully, man. To be honest, man, you know why I don't give a fuck about Teo getting this fight? It's because I truly think that how Teo is right now, motivated and his nutrition and I think he'll beat the crap out of Devin Haney. I think he'll do him worse than Barbosa, for real. I don't think that. I think more so. It's not that Devin Haney wouldn't fight Teo. I just think that they're motivated by the pay that they could get fighting Teo.
Look, from all the rumors I hear, they need that paycheck.
Yeah, of course they need it because without that, for facts, he was almost a BOK prime fighter. The Sando Martin, he was going to get paid not even $2 million because the purse bid was worth for $2.4 million. You know what I'm saying? So look, man, they swallow their pride. They dropped their lawsuit.
Their
There's
biggest
no real pride there to really, we want to get Ryan Garcia. No, it was all about the bag. Everything has been about the bag. It's the bag, the bag.
Not to pocket watch Punch, but if you really see how much they've been getting paid, the last great pay that they got was versus Lomachenko, and then after that, it's been who they fight next after that? That was Regis Prograis. That was $1.5 million guaranteed. They didn't get no back end money. Then after Regis Prograis, was it Ryan Garcia?
Yo, I look when fighters are how you say declining money fights like that. 9 out of 10 times, or at least 8 out of 10 times, there is another option that is there. Because look, even Boots, right? We criticize Boots, but Teal was gonna get paid $11 million plus to fight Boots. So I wonder how much was it for Boots that Turkey Al was gonna give him, and to decline that deal. There's something that Eddie Hearn got under his sleeves to get for Boots, but look what they said in the press conference. Oh, we're not taking no more pay cuts. So Tio and Boots moved almost the same way.
Well,
But
but
we criticize
what is
Boots.
out there for Boots though? It has to be at 154.
Exactly.
I mean,
There's something for Boots. And he's
Tio,
holding the belt.
Tio,
He's holding the belt for insurance. Just in case there is nothing big for 154 and
right, right.
it
He's not
doesn't
going to
fall through.
vacate that anytime soon. Right.
The same way for Teofimo Lopez. I want to go to fight Boots, but I'm gonna hold on to my belt. See, imagine if you would have vacated the belt and go to negotiations and shit like that.
No, that's why all these guys hold on to the belts to the very last point. All of them do. That I mean, and I get it. I mean, that's leverage. Even if you deciding to move up, you're gonna hold on to it to the last minute.
But if you
Uh,
but as of now, he is avoiding Devin Haney.
you know, but look at this point, if Tio ends up doing what would be Tio's next fight, that would be very important if it's not Devin Haney. But does Tio owe them any leverage? Why does Tio have to fight at 145? There's no reason to. There's no reason to.
The narrative, but the thing is that the narrative is that you've been complaining about the pay. You've been crucifying Top Rank. You've crucified every power entity because of pay. Guess what? Now you got the pay. What's the excuse now?
What is
What's
that pay,
Tio's not
Punch?
not what people believe? What is Tio's excuse? That's what he put out there in the air.
If until I can say for a fact that he was okay with the pay, I ain't standing on that. I'm not standing on that because we've had two false reports back to back, and everybody running with it. Wasn't the report said that Tio signed? Not that he agreed, that he signed. See what I'm saying? Now, to me, words mean a lot, and I see that. And it's bullshit that's what they said that it was. So to me, they just recycled the same news that Dan Raphael said last week. And when I heard Dan Raphael today on IFL TV, it sounds exactly that's what they did.
Did you hear him today?
Yeah. It's a lot of I think it's a lot of what were the words that he used? I think I don't know all those things that don't make no sense, things that just don't say shit, bro.
But the thing that doesn't make sense, that's what it is. I think that's where everybody is in the clouds. Tio got people in the clouds of what's the reason why you pulled out in the 11th hour.
You stand on that. I'm not standing that. I'm still standing that he's on last week's shit. He's still pissed off about the pay. That's where
I'm
I'm
not.
at.
This I'm not standing on. This is what I've been told. This is not This is not a guessing thing. The only guessing thing is the 11th hour pulling out. That's the guess. I don't know nothing about that. I don't know the reason why. That's now this is the speculation. Why is the reason if you agreed on that and everything was agreed upon?
I'm gonna wait till my boy comes out with that because I can't speak
I
on
want. I
that.
rather. I want to wait from. I want to hear what the manager. I want to hear what the men in suits. I want to hear what
The
Turkey,
the the the
Turkey
men in
and
suits,
and Keith Connolly will have to say.
right? The men. Well, they're not gonna talk to us, but those who do talk to them, they know they're cooking something. That's all I can. That's all I can tell you. That
Definitely.
this is not all. No free fall. Teal just he went off the cuff. I think this is a team that knows what the fuck they're doing.
No, I think so too.
And Teal's just he's taking the public perception heat, but that motherfucker's sleeping good.
Yo, but that's what I'm saying. That's what I said in the beginning of the live is that this is the perception of YouTube and Twitter. But people gotta understand that we're living. This is just a bubble. This is just a bubble.
Shy in the chat. The reason why that is because guys like Bill Haney uses the media to manipulate. He needs this fight bad, and if he could try to put the pressure on Teal with the media to maybe force him to sign so that he can deliver the contract to Turkey, and like, hey man, we got it. We could do this. Because that's what guys like Bill Haney do. He's been doing that. And so that's how I see it. He's manipulated the entire media, big media and YouTube channels, like no other. And then Teal on his own.
Engagement counts. So if he could show the engagement and show it to Turkey, look
Yes.
what they're saying. Look at the engagement number. Look at these numbers. This is what the fans really want to see. They don't want to see Jerome Boots Ennis and Teofimo Lopez. What you think about this fight? And then boom, all right, let's make this fight. Because right after the fight, we wasn't talking about Devin Haney and Teo.
Nobody was.
Nobody was talking about May 3rd, May 4th, May 5th, May 6th. That wasn't a talk because everybody was just the word the conversation about about Devin Haney was about that. Nobody wanted to see him run. That's it.
They wanted him to retire. Nobody wanted to see him, period. He's a disgrace to boxing. But then Bill Haney did what he had to do. And he stole the shine. I think the words that Lono said earlier were the best words. Is that he manipulated the public perception that the fight to be made is him and his son and Teo because they got no other fight after Ryan Garcia dropped off.
But he did that. But but given ammunition, Teo did agree to the fight.
I know that Teo agreed to the fight. Yes, but he didn't. But yeah, I'll fight him. And then so they presented it the money that they're fucking him up with and some terms. And he's like, what?
Then he agreed on that.
I don't know that.
I know that.
I respect the punch, but I'm going to say this is my opinion on my side. I don't know that.
So you disagree with Teo then?
But disagree with Teo with what?
With what I said.
Me tiene confundido, Papa. I'm just saying.
If you say my opinion, but my opinion is Teo's opinion. Not opinion, it's Teo's thing. Teo agreed to the fight.
You're saying that the boxing scene report was real?
Which and what part?
They're the ones who broke the news that the fight was done. Nobody that didn't come from nobody else. This week, 2 days ago, everybody ran with the boxing scene breaking story by Lance Brugmeyer.
No, both parts. I'm talking about the day before, the not yesterday morning.
Was it? Yeah, I don't know. It was yesterday or was the day before?
Yesterday morning is when Teofimo Lopez pulled out from the fight.
Okay. When boxing scene came out with the story that the fight was signed in there, do you believe that report?
I don't know which report.
This is the only report that come on, Pudge. This is the only report, the only breaking story that everybody ran on.
I really don't know what everybody's writing on because
boxing scene was the only media who said.
I'm speaking to the source. I don't need to go. That's what I'm saying. I don't need
okay, but the source didn't call you up to break the story. It was boxing scene who broke the story. It was boxing scene who came out. Oh, the fight, and that's when everybody. At night. It was like I don't know, maybe 9 o'clock at night, 8 o'clock at night. Was it yesterday or the day before yesterday when they were, it's signed, it's a done deal, and blah blah blah. When boxing scene did that, and everybody, TBV, every single big major, all of them were running a boxing scene story. Was that story true?
I gotta read the story. I don't know.
It's Lance Puigmeyer. He's the only one that been.
All
He's
I
the
know
only
is
one.
all I know is Teofimo Lopez agreed to the terms. That's what I
Mm,
know. And all I know is that he pulled that from the fight. That's what I know.
no, I'm gonna go with that because I know that boxing scene was full of shit because they have no insight on
Let me
that
get
with Turkey.
let me get this super chat. Fight Fury Films. Just look at who's squirming and look at who's chilling. Says a lot. Also, Punch, you missed my last two super chats. My fault, man. I was driving, my
Oh
brother.
shit! Espérate, man. Damn, bro.
Let me
Punch. I'm not looking down on my phone either, so my bad if we skipped them, bro. Ah, Diablo, bro. Fight Fury, man. My fault too,
My
because
fault,
I'm on
my
the
fault.
panel.
$20 super chat. My fault, Fat Fury. I was driving. That's what it is. Fight Fury
But
Films. Haters don't want to accept that Haney needs Tio for the bag. The champ told Haney if he wants to fight, then it's gonna have to be at 140-pound division. Usually in boxing, the champions dictate certain terms. These are facts, not feelings. Good looking out, Fight Fury Films for the $20 super chat. Good looking out, my brother. My fault. I missed that one. My fault.
hey, I absolutely agree with him right there.
Diablo, my fault. Dave Fernandez going to $10 super chat. My fault. I missed that one too. Turkey doesn't care about the fights. We want to see, I believe his agenda is to put Saudi Arabia in the spotlight for tourism. Facts. So I don't think it's so him getting Teofimo Lopez getting jerked over there, I don't think is a thing for him to get jerked. I think that Turkey Al Sheikh truly likes Teofimo Lopez as an attraction, but he didn't like what Teofimo Lopez had to say. But
Understandably so.
and things got hashed out. I know that for a fact. It was forgiven, and then it gave it a go for this fight to be, it gave it a go. He gave it a go. They renegotiated. They upped it up to the number that it was good that he was content and happy with. And then when he agreed upon time to sign, he pulled out he just pulled out of
Isn't
the
it odd to you that
let me look it
Turkey
up.
not once has mentioned Tio and Devin Haney?
That's surprising to me.
It's not coincidental to me.
Fight Fury Films with the $20 super chat. Good looking. I appreciate you. Said the narrative that Tio is a bad businessman, but Haney has burned bridges with Eddie Hearn, Oscar De La Hoya, and Bob Arum in the past. Facts, and this is why I'm saying that. This is why we keep on saying that he needs Teofimo Lopez. He needs Teofimo Lopez to accept. He needs to rush Teofimo Lopez to accept. But in all actuality, Teofimo Lopez just could be patient. The more patient, even within 2 weeks, he's gonna have some options to deal with.
And he has no mandatories that he has to honor for 18 for what another.
Mandatory is patient. That's why they're like, yo, we need this fight. We need this fight. Put energy. You know what I'm saying? And I would like to see. I'm not lying. I would love to see the fight with Tio and Devin Haney. I believe that Tio from Lopez he's gonna beat Devin Haney from pillar to post. That's why I think it only benefits Tio from Lopez August 16th, and then you fight a big fight in December or in February, whatever. I think I see.
Because the
I'm
way the schedule
optimistic.
is, I don't think he
I'm
fights again.
optimistic. I'm optimistic and I'm positive. I feel like Teofimo Lopez going to just do a number on August 16th when Javante Tan Davis is going to be fighting Lamar Roach. He's going to steal the day. He's going to be the face of American boxing. Everybody already got Teofimo Lopez name in their mouth with this victory, and then you have Devin Haney in his resume. Man, legendary resume already. That's how I feel. All for you. Go in here, Keyshawn Davis. Good sir. Did I miss any other super chat? Yo, HOD. My bad. Punch, my phone died. Got you. Too rich in the building. Yo, folks, tomorrow we back at it. Tomorrow we back at it, man. Love y'all. Good looking out, man. Tomorrow we back at it. Tomorrow we back at it. 8:45, 9 p.m. Eastern time. Also 7:30 p.m. Eastern time. Me and Blue Blood Sports TV, we're gonna debate about what we're talking about actually right now. So shout out to Blue Blood Sports TV. Me and him gonna debate tomorrow, 7:30 p.m. Eastern time. God bless each and every one of y'all, man. Love y'all. We don't have to agree on everything. We're just fight fans. At the end of the day, we want to see fights. I would love to see a fight with Tio and Devin. I would like to see Tio and Boots. I would like to see Devin and Shakur. Devin and the rematch with Ryan. In the end of the day, we want to see fights, right? In the end of the day, we want to see fights. So we should be pushing for a fight. Um, is Tio be if he doesn't fight Devin, is it a duck? Hey, it's a duck. Just like we call Boots and it's a duck for Duck and Tio. Just like we call Boots and it's a duck for Duck and Virtual T. Just like we call Canelo Alvarez a duck for Duck and David Benavidez. Just like we was, you know what I'm saying, a duck. But that doesn't mean it's fear. We don't know. It's the business of boxing. We don't know what's plans. We don't know if there's certain options. I don't think that for these fighters and promoters, they don't even give a fuck when we call these fighters a duck. They don't give a damn if we ask for a fight. There's never been a fight that we asked for and we got it at the timely fashion. In the end of the day, this is some YouTube content. It is what it is. I don't think we hold weight like that. It's good for conversation. It's good for banter. It's good for debates. It's good for dialogue. At the end of the day, we want to see a fight. A T.O. versus Devin Haney is a good fight for the community. It's a good fight for the culture. It's a good fight for boxing. It's a good fight for their legacy. Hopefully they get that thing done. Y'all already know, man. Love y'all. God bless. And on to the next.